think we're live. Can't tell if we're live. Let me know if we're live, everybody. I think we are. Yeah, we are. Hello, and welcome everyone to another episode of the TOPT call-in streams. I'm Seb, and I'm here joined by Larry and our guy, Twilight Straw Hat, YouTube mod, recently promoted to staffer in our Discord. And these are the episodes where we have you guys call in to us to give us your hottest takes, theories, rants, or ask us a question about One Piece or any anime or topic that you want to discuss. We're more than just a One Piece podcast these days. Welcome, everybody. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. I think we skipped the call-in streams last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? I don't remember. Might have been the hot take stream. But I'm glad to be back. And I'm glad to be joined by my brother and my man's Twilight. We were just chopping it up about some specific manga, Kingdom and Gantz and a couple others. So I'm glad to be joined by some legends here. I see Shankdom's in here too. Shankdom, what's going on, bro?
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Another good day for a call-in stream.
Yeah. As you guys know, we just struggle to get the calls, although we have been able to get the calls our last 2 weeks on the main pod. But we dedicated an entire episode of the week to doing call-ins to hear from you guys because we want to engage with the community as much as possible. In order to be a guaranteed caller on a call-in stream, you'll have to become a tiered member on our Discord. Either a Warlord or Yonko tier will allow you to see the call-in only stream entrance voice channel, so you can join that, and then we kind of drag people up as we go along. That way you guys can spit your theories, ask your questions, and things like that. If you guys don't have it in you or don't have the means to become a tiered member, you can donate your way in for a one-time access by donating gifted memberships or a $5 or more super chat on our YouTube stream. So sometimes people are lucky enough they get donated in. Join the call waiting room, and you'll be able to potentially be dragged up if somebody's able to donate your way in. So again, guys, hit that like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want a guaranteed spot in a call-in stream like this, become a server member at Warlord or Yonko level. Appreciate you guys. I see a bunch of people in the chat, actually, so excited to see who might have what going on. I see Twilight's here. Broker's here. What's up, Broker? I see Pota Jesus, Villain D Juice. I see Realty, Minority Hunter, Doc Loves Whiskey, MF Beard, Love Envy, Jeremiah Hokage, Jeremiah the High Kage, I think, Left Lane John Wayne, Montrazella, just so many Static Fears. Is that Life with Anime? Is that my boy? Is that Joe or is it Preston? It's probably Joe. It's gotta be Joe. What's going on, Joe? I don't know if you peeped yesterday. I had y'all hat on, man. It came. I appreciate the shipment. I had the hat on, the Life with Anime hat. If you guys aren't familiar with Life with Anime, they're a dope podcast that talks about all types of anime, just like me and Larry. And they're cool guys, man. They're really dope. They do a lot of community engagement like we try to. We try to emulate them when we do our stuff. We were on their pod a couple weeks ago, and we did a Kahoot, and I actually bodied everybody because, that's what I do. I'm the best. I don't know how else to say that, but it's just true. But overall, shout out to Life with Anime and shout out to their merch. But yeah, Larry, Shankdom, Twilight, y'all want to say anything to the people before we get started?
Just everyone ready for another banger call-in stream.
Appreciate that. Larry's probably not going to jump on camera. And speaking of cameras, me and Larry were working diligently to improve my camera quality today. We ran into some hiccups, which is why I'm in my same situation. Hopefully the visual isn't too bad for you guys. But I am looking to upgrade. Upgrades will be coming. I just have to make a couple more purchases. Hopefully that'll fix the issue at hand. But upgrades to the visual quality of these streams are coming soon. Just wait on it, everybody. Thank you. Larry, I heard you jump off mute. You had anything you wanted to say before I start reading super chats and stuff?
Nah, just thankful for everybody that's here. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I'm so happy that Twilight is here and Shankdom is here and everybody in the live chat is here. I'm ready to hear some calls, man. I hope you guys, if you're presenting some theories, have done your due diligence and organized it. That way, you know, we could all just like be on the same wavelength as you. So very excited, man, and let's get this show started.
Yeah, man. Before we jump right into it, we did have a super chat come in from Roberto Figueredo, $10. It says, if you guys do decide to watch Reincarnated as a Slime, I recommend the English dub. I know the dub is great. He says, I know, but the dub is great, I promise. And all the seasons that you see all in order, even the movies are tied in. Okay. How many seasons is Reincarnated as a Slime? I don't even know. I'm so unfamiliar.
2 right
2?
now. 3.
Okay.
3.
3?
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
4th one's coming out in April with a new movie coming out this month, I believe.
Okay. Listen, I don't mind watching dub anime. It's just some anime I can't watch dub. Like One Piece is one that I can't watch in dub. But there's other anime that I can't watch in sub, personally. Like I can't watch Yu Yu Hakusho or Rurouni Kenshin in sub. I just can't do it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Slime's dub is really good.
Okay. Dope. Yeah, Death Note's another one. I can't watch Death Note in sub. I gotta watch it in dub. Have to.
Yeah.
I feel like the voice
Ryuk's
acting is
voice
peak. Yeah, Ryuk's voice, everything's peak in dub for Death Note.
For me, it's sub all the time unless I've seen the show already, because then I just want to have it on in the background. I don't want to be reading text on the screen all the time.
They said Ghost Stories dub. It's top tier. It's like the greatest ever.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Best thing ever.
The best dub of all time, Ghost Stories. Man.
This might be a hot take, but I cannot watch any type of form of Dragon Ball in subbed.
Yo, me too.
That's just because we grew up with it.
Yo, no,
Yeah,
Goku's voice is nonsense in sub, bro. It's nonsense. I'm sorry. There's no reason.
When I watch it in sub, I don't understand that it's Goku talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're so used to the dub of it. You're just like, who's
the voice is like
right now?
I know I'm a Vegeta hater, but even Vegeta's voice is perfect in dub. Like I can't imagine like he doesn't sound right when I watch him in anything else.
The only person I like listening to in subbed for Dragon Ball is Krillin because it's the same voice actor for Naruto.
Oh, nice. Actually, I
So
didn't
he
know that.
sounds like he smoked 40 cigarettes too.
Yep. I'll still never forget watching a live action kids show that had her as one of the main characters. Every time I'd hear her talk, I'd just hear Naruto.
Oh no! So in Naruto, I like Naruto sub more than I do dub. So the sub version of Naruto is the same sub version for Krillin in Dragon Ball. My bad.
Okay. I'm about to say. I'm pretty sure we was watching.
We all just spent about 5 minutes crapping on a voice actor we weren't even talking about.
It's true. But I appreciate that. Roberto, that will probably get 2 people in as callers, so thank you. But yeah, let's get in here. I know the first person I saw in the waiting room was Villain DeJuice, so let's get Villain in here. Hopefully he's ready to spit his theory. Villain.
Revs on top, Villain. Revs on top.
Villain, you there?
Hello?
Hey, there you go. What's going on, man?
Hey, gentlemen. How we doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling. I had a long day at work, but it was successful.
Glad to hear that. Shanktum, shout out to you, my revolutionary brother. Said.
Yeah.
So I put the theory into a PowerPoint.
Okay. Are you presenting it?
So I'm asking you this as a person who's read the theory.
Uh-huh.
The text is still going to be me reading through the text, right? But it's not all on the screen. It's just the panels and what the panels represent. And I'll be just explaining them with the dialogue that was in the notes. Do you feel like that's still too long?
No, that's fine. That'll be fine.
All right.
You'll have a visual representation for us to follow along, so it works.
Correct.
Okay. Well, then share your screen, man. I'm excited, and give me the title to your
hold
theory.
on, second word.
Higher theory.
I appreciate you, Shanktum. On PowerPoint slide.
Let me watch.
Right. Tell me if it's clean across the screen. It should just be the second world. Shouldn't be any of the extra stuff. Maybe there's a line at the bottom, but it looks just like a PowerPoint, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's theories over the second world. I'm just gonna get straight to it. I've always enjoyed the idea that some of the biggest secrets of the One Piece world are scattered heavily within the Alabasta saga. I believe that having been so early on, Oda may have had a much clearer idea of what the end of One Piece would have looked like due to his writing style of mirroring arcs on a larger scale for escalation. Now that we are in the final saga, I've noticed a lot more parallels, specifically between the relationship Luffy has to Vivi against the relationship that Rocks had with Harold. And I believe I can use those relationships to further understand what kind of relationship Joy Boy and Davy D. Jones had during the Second World. First, let's start with the parallels I can show on panel, starting with how Vivi influenced Luffy. One of our favorite aspects of Luffy's character is his willingness to fight against anyone in order to protect or avenge his friends. After meeting Vivi, we get one of the quickest moments of character growth from Luffy, and in the show where his cardinal rule of never allowing anyone to hurt his friends was broken by the Drum Kingdom's guard, but Vivi was able to effectively show Luffy that using strength alone isn't the best way, leading him to humbly bowing his head and admitting that his method was wrong in the situation. Now, the ways that Harold and Rox lived. Through the lives of Harold and Zebek, we see the same difference in methods used by Luffy and Vivi lived out. Zebek, like Luffy, wanted to use his strength alone to accomplish all goals, being reported as a force of destruction by the world government. While Harold, despite his power, chose the art of diplomacy and successfully brought foreign nations to his aid that were initially apprehensive. Now, to the inverse is the way that Luffy affected Vivi. Right? Well, Luffy identified the naivete that Vivi had in her attempt to accomplish her goal, risking her life to do so without any sacrifices being made along the way. He showed her in his own way that while she may have an end goal that he supported, that without the strength and support of allies with the same conviction, she would fail. All right. Now, for Harold and Zebek, despite his constant pleas and invitations, Zebek was never able to convince Harold to turn away from the path that Ida turned him down, where he viewed the use of his strength as a negative thing. Unlike Luffy, and despite being able to call the exact outcome Harold would undergo, Zebek allowed Harold to choose for himself like he did for everyone, and Harold chose incorrectly. Harold, now forced to go against his own method of peace and diplomacy, used his strength on behalf of the world government, fracturing their relationship entirely. Right, now, the way that Luffy and Vivi departed, being the third parallel. Having successfully defeated Crocodile, the Straw Hats parted ways with Vivi. Having shared the same ambition and learning from one another, Luffy leaves Alabasta, sharing not only the symbol of their journey on his arm, but unknowingly to both parties the same D in their name, with Vivi wondering if they would ever meet again. For Harold and Zebek's final goodbyes, sharing the same fated D in their names, but never setting down the same path, Harold denied Zebek's request, causing both of them to continue down their paths alone, trusting no one enough to complete their dream, and both falling to the same enemy, never to have met again. All right. Now, to connect this to the second world, we analyze the worlds of the mural against these characters and their potential parallels. All right. Let's break this down into three separate portions, starting with the first line of our parallels. The forest god tamed the demons. I believe that the character within this line represents Davy D. Jones, and we see that in his parallels of Vivi and Harold. The wording of the second world has always come across to me as if it was written by someone on the side of whomever prevailed, because terms like demons in the world of One Piece are often just used to describe the opposition of world government. We have examples like the Cypherpole agents referring to the scholars of O'Hara as demons and labeling Nico Robin as a devil child. Davy D. Jones was the king of the world of the king of the ancient kingdom, and in his era gathered allies to form the ancient kingdom. Harold and Vivi both showed a phenomenal ability to communicate politically, and despite both going to reveries and experiencing the injustice firsthand, both accept the premise that a world government is best for the overall public. With Emu's most recent line acknowledging Elbaf as being of the D, vindicates me even more that just individual families, but entire nations can be categorized in this way. The importance of a kingdom like this, genuinely collaborating, is expressed to us by Vegapunk and his desire to have a way to share information seamlessly among people of the world, prioritizing the potential of the good things outweighing the risks. And to this contrast, we see how Imu relishes in the fact that the D clan members no longer have knowledge of this connection. Mihawk stated Luffy's ability to gather people to his side as one of the most formidable powers of the sea. And if what Corazon says stands true, that this group of people were considered to be the enemies who became the gods of this world. For the second parallel, the second line, the sun spreads the fires of war. The clearest parallel to Joy Boy is Luffy, but the most interesting is the way Zebek fits into this dynamic. I believe that Zebek shows us the most viable showing of a sun god destroyer that we will ever see in this story. But his flaw being that he was shackled by the obligation of the promise made by his clan and the former king of the world. Zebek, blessed with fate and immense power, lived freely in the eyes of some, but to me, lived controlled by an obligation beyond his. Lived controlled by an obligation beyond his power. Being a Davy and knowing some of the truth of the world prevented him from living as the true sun god like Luffy does. I believe that Joy Boy lived a life akin to a hybrid of Luffy's and Zebek. He set sail as the first pirate of the world from the ancient kingdom and encountered many things in the world that would have attempted to hinder freedom. And in that voyage, allowed for enemies that he may not have initially been aware of to begin a war that he created only seeking freedom. I believe Joy Boy's mistake was not committing to help Davy's creation of the ancient kingdom in pursuit of his own freedom, in a similar way that Zebek didn't cast aside his ambitions to help Harold. This contrast, Luffy living freely and in turn finding a way to share freedom with Vivi and protect her kingdom. These parallels touch on how destiny can't be fulfilled if you are actively aiming for it, like Gabon stated. And the final parallel. Am I talking too long? Is everything still good?
Nah, you're good. You're spitting, bro. Keep going.
Now for the third parallel and the final lines to compare a character that I can't refer to as a parallel because I believe they play the same role in the story today that they did in the past. Man killed the sun and became God, and the sea god stormed. Oh, and they will never meet, right? This character is Imu, the man that killed the sun and became the sea god. I read this line not as an action taken by multiple parties, but as Imu's ascension to the self-proclaimed title of God. After the death of Rocks, I have no doubt that the defeat of Joy Boy was not a contest of pure strength, which in no way takes away from Imu, in my opinion, but shows so much more of what they truly went through in order to take the throne. The power of creating various governments, controlling others through Nomi Reversi, invokes the exact same skill that Mihawk referred to Luffy as having, but with a much more guaranteed success rate. Imu can only do what Luffy is capable of doing naturally with the use of an ability prevalent in every character Imu had in the Flower Room that are alive today. But the biggest difference is Luffy has no sense of obligation hindering him. Now, the truth of the second world. Right. I theorize that Nico was a member of one of the races that were represented in the Enel cover story, introducing technology like Uranus to a world dominated by strength of ancient giants and other monstrous creatures of the first world. Davy Jones and Joy Boy were members of the first few generations, starting off as allies but went down two different paths. Davy Jones taking this technology to collaborate with others and create a kingdom beyond the scope of anything before it, culminating the creation of two additional ancient weapons, the creation of devil fruits, and him being known as the first true king of the world. This is where the first promise was made. Joy Boy embarked on a voyage as the first pirate, making the same promise Luffy and Vivi, to see each other again while pursuing different goals. But as we know, they were never to meet again. In the same manner in which Harold and Zebek were defeated alone in their homelands, I believe Imu was able to defeat Joy Boy and Davy Jones by any means needed, because in those fights, they never had to be fought together. Do I have any questions?
That's so funny.
Sorry, I had to go get my fire extinguisher.
Oh my god!
Shout out to Waffled in the Discord for sending me these pictures to use. I thought it was a beautiful addition.
I'm glad you got the version of me with Jinbei with both fangs, because the fangs broke midstream.
Oh, where?
So yeah, I'm glad he got the.
Hey, shout out to Waffled. He screenshotted it, man. He's on a journey right now. He's in the Discord, always getting spoiled. But like he's like going through. He's in like Egghead in the actual anime. And like he's on like episode 78 for you guys.
Okay.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, I think I saw him in the in the call waiting room for a second there. But shout out to him. And honestly, I think it's a fire theory. Larry, I've already heard it or read it myself. So I'll give Larry the floor to give his take on it. You kind of got my take already, Villain. But Larry, what were you thinking about that?
I didn't get your take on it, yo. You just said it was fire. If you got more than that, then I want more than that.
I have a little more.
Yeah, oh God, I need that. ASAP.
Yeah, it's just I gotta
turn my
say,
camera on?
pause, bro. Everything that was just said for the past 20 seconds.
Man, whatever. Larry, your thoughts on the theory, sir?
I like how Vivi influenced Luffy, started off the whole theory, and how you're mentioning the second world and how Elbaf is attached to it with Harold and the way Rocks lived. There's a lot to like digest within this.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, it's good. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's just there's a lot, and there's a lot of parallels too. I think the second world is very interesting because of the fact that like so many characters do have parallels to the past, and we could probably decide like what's happening with Joy Boy during that time, and like how the sea god stormed when the sun was finally killed, indicating that that's a person, and how Luffy is probably, you know, this all-encompassing powerful person because they can bring people together. It's just, you know, no matter what I hear about the forest god, that's the real part that confuses me about almost any theory, because there's just nothing I think that makes sense for the forest god so far. But I think this was wonderfully well put, man. I don't really have too much feedback to say like, oh, I didn't like this or I didn't like. I kind of loved everything about it, and I think it was very much easier to follow too because of the PowerPoint. Listen, man, I think you killed it. To be honest, I think Sebastian was right when he said, you know, I was gonna like it, but I really do like it. I really do. So I have nothing to say. I think you just did a phenomenal job, dog.
Yeah, man, I told
I
you.
appreciate that.
I told you Larry was gonna like it, and to give you more feedback, because apparently what I said before wasn't enough, Villain. The reason
you feel me? I don't know. I want to debate. I guess it's very. Like,
I'm not gonna debate you on this.
Pushback.
I don't have pushback. I loved every bit of it, and the parts
Bill
I loved.
said, prove me wrong.
The parts I loved
Yeah,
most
God.
about it was how you use the way that Oda writes to highlight it, because we always talk about Oda likes to reuse storylines and different concepts earlier in the story to basically tell you what's going to happen later in the story, or foreshadows, or in general, like he uses certain narrative structure in his writing to build something that he's going to work on later. And so that element of, oh, they'll never meet again, and it being correlated in your mind from Vivi and Luffy, who technically haven't met again in the story, to other sovereigns of ancient times. I really love that. And I think the cherry on the top of the theory is the emu trying to emulate that power that they have to draw people to them by using a broken covenant system to try to do that, like force people to come to his side, come to his aid, to support his cause in a way that Luffy and others can just do naturally. Like, I absolutely love that. When I was reading it, I was like, that's the tie-in. That's the thing that I love the most. So I don't know. I don't have much real pushback. I think it's really, really, really good, man. Like, I don't want to say it's a spoiler or anything, but I feel like you're on it. I'm serious. I feel like you're on it, bro. And
that's the compliment right there.
I don't feel that way about a lot of theories, because I've been hearing One Piece theory since I was 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel like you're onto something here with this one. So I'll open it up to the rest. I know Shankdom, I think you've heard the theory before. Twilight, I think this might be your first time hearing it. Is that Tobi?
Yeah,
Tobi?
Seb, I know how to turn you against this theory in 2 seconds.
Talk to me.
So if Davy Jones and Joy Boy lost because they couldn't fight Emu at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Now I'm out. I'm out.
Wait, whoa.
I'm out. I'm out.
Seb, don't worry about it. Seb,
I'm
don't worry about it.
out. All the way out.
Ask me.
And break this up.
I'm out.
Ask me.
Listen, ain't no Blackbeard Luffy team up. I'm out.
No,
Two
it's not.
seconds.
Ask
flat.
me, because I'm gonna tell you right now that the thing that makes Luffy different is that he has the abilities that all of these characters have that would have made them great on their own, but they still failed. He can do it on his own.
Talk to him. Thank you, villain. See, shanked him.
I don't need that.
Come on, man. I had to get that on.
Check that nonsense at the door.
He meeting them on different terms than everybody else did.
Yeah.
He gonna beat the one-on-one that nobody else can handle.
I mean, it'll turn into a one-on-one. He'll probably have to jump him to start.
Hey, and that's Seb. Who is together when he went down is what I care about.
There we go. That's it.
I've started off with a lot of people doing a lot of stuff, but only one man was up there when he went down.
Exactly. That's how it needs to be.
God.
All right. Tobi?
What's up, bro?
Did you hear the whole theory? I didn't see when you jumped in here, so I'm opening up to you if
Not
you have
the
any
whole
take
theory.
on it. Okay.
Unfortunately, but it sounded like he knew what I was talking
You're
about.
good.
Yeah, I don't got to push back on it either.
Well, not to
So far.
Seb, you've watched season 2 of JJK, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who y'all got? Yuji or Hisoka?
You gotta ask one of these Hunter x Hunter watchers for me, bro. I ain't never seen it.
Oh yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't know it.
I'm about to say I wanted to Hisoka, but
I'm talking Heavenly Tower versus Crollo Hisoka versus end of season 2. Put pause on my.
Well, wait, are we? I'm a big JJK guy. Like, are we talking like JJK Modulo Yuji?
No.
If y'all ain't here spoiling JJK,
I said it. I'm saying like anime only. The anime's out, so if you ain't read it, that's
I'm
on you.
anime
It's a
only
spoiler.
too.
It's the actual official release, so that's y'all's rules. I'm saying I'm not spoiling it as a series.
No. We have nothing.
We're gonna keep it to anime season 2. Him, and I'm gonna get out of here because I've been talking for a while. But we was in this.
I'm going Yuji.
You going
Yeah, I
Yuji?
was gonna say,
Yuji versus. Have you seen? Have you watched the Crollo versus Hisoka fight, Larry?
I didn't see the Crollo fight. I saw the anime version where they didn't fight and Hisoka got upset.
Oh no, it's the arc immediately following the end of the anime. So yeah, if you didn't read it, then yeah,
I didn't read it, but I do know that Hisoka can regenerate from dying.
Oh, that's a cheat code though. We're not gonna give him that in the fight.
Yeah,
like
so
he lost the fight if he has to do that.
But the thing is, are we talking just like? So we're saying Yuji can't use Sukuna?
No, I mean Yuji's never using Sukuna.
Yuji can never use Sukuna.
Yeah,
it's when Sukuna's in play, that's Sukuna at that point.
I mean, Yuji can switch whenever he wants to.
Yeah,
that's still not Yuji.
And there's no innocent people around.
Why would he let that happen?
Listen,
hold on. If he lets Sukuna take over his body to win the fight for him, he didn't win the fight.
All right. So let me put it this way.
Is that not an ability he has?
No, he has no control over that.
It's him giving up. It's him literally giving up.
Perfect.
That's what he
That's
did.
him. Hold on. Check them. From what I know of Yuji, if he willingly lets Sukuna take over so that he could win a fight, that means Yuji admitted that he can't win the fight. Yeah or nay?
No, another strategy literally to win the fight.
Nah, Sukuna won the fight, bro. Not Yuji.
So let me ask you this then. Do you think that Mahito can beat Hisoka?
I think Mahito has a hard counter to most normal human beings. That's not fair.
Yeah, and
Yuji beat him, bro.
That's matchups.
Right before
Matchups.
he got taken out is like super hard.
Oh, you didn't hear? Oh, so we were arguing Choso versus Crocodile earlier, and I said that Choso got it because he's a bad matchup.
That was
a lot of people
got it.
Oh, the blood guy.
Matchups,
yeah.
That's liquid to a degree. Like,
I mean,
and he can make one.
He has the durability. He has the cursed energy.
I mean,
as long as they're not fighting in Alabama, it's fair.
Yeah, it's Crocodile, bro.
I'm going Crocodile, but I could be biased.
Yeah, it's Crocodile.
No, you're definitely biased. You ain't see what Choso.
Hold on.
No, that's Crocodile fighting a water Logia.
No, hold on. It's not a water Logia. For one,
he'd be a water like Paramecia.
Yeah, and two, y'all act like Crocodile can't separate his body in an instant, appear behind Choso, and yoke him up, and then drain him.
I see. Okay, and so here's my thing, right?
I
The problem with the drain,
gotta
the problem
remember.
with the drain would be that he can replicate, or he can create more blood. That's his literal ability, is to create more blood with cursed energy, right? He can do that. You can grab him, and now you're caught face to face with him, and he supernovas you with multiple blood bullets. That's your counter to the Logia. Right there is him doing an elemental disadvantage to Crocodile as a character. If Crocodile had haki, it'd be a different conversation.
He can also just coat himself in blood.
Okay, then I got Choso then.
See, that right there.
I got
that right there. Yeah,
there's a lot
as long as he doesn't harden it, he has the advantage. But he has to pay attention to that. He has to realize that, like, chasing blood and super.
Yeah, he would have to know beforehand.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to stay.
Blood.
Villain, I do gotta get some more calls in here, but thank you for being prepared, and you spoke very eloquently, man. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I built the PowerPoint today. It was a lot. It was a lot of transferring and me reading the Word document. I did not have a good time, but shout out to these pictures.
Yeah, you did great, bro. Thank you. Thank you for just putting in that hard work.
Hey, man. I know the chat liked it, so appreciate you, bro.
Hey, hope so. Oh, did they? YouTube chat? Let me find out.
Yeah, I put a poll up for were they the two that would never meet again, and 70% said yeah. So.
See, sorry, bad word. All right, y'all busy.
All right, see you, man.
All right, we did get a couple more super chats in here. I'll read them before we move on, but we got 5 from Red Eyes Design. It says, thankful for the day and for the gents on my screen. Much love. # Solar Flary. # Jonas kicks Herd round the world.
Who said that?
Red Eyes.
Yo, Red Eyes is so funny, bro.
Bang Bang Buggy Gang. You said it, Seb, not me. Oh, Bang Bang Booty Gang. See, I just read. Okay, whatever, Red Eyes.
Listen, bro. Nowadays, it's just throat goat peace talk from Seb's point of view.
Throat goat peace talks is like an amazing thought process in general, though. You know? No?
New hashtag in the making.
It's like if you're at war with another entity or body, you know what I'm saying? Another nation, and they just send the throat goat peace talk girls in. You know what I'm saying? That's how you start real peace talks. No?
What are you talking about?
You're about to get us canceled, bro.
Am I?
That sounds like how you start beef between the diplomats.
So, man, I'll shut up. Anyway. Larry, are you on camera? What are you doing? Oh, you are on cam. There you go. Look at Larry. All right. We did get 10 gifted memberships from our guy, the broker. Thank you so much. That'll get some more people in here on the call-in stream. So appreciate you, broker, for all that you do. We got another 5 from Pastor C. It says, hear me out. Idris as Rocks, Eddie Murphy as Big News Morgan, Michael B. Jordan as Cat, Jeffrey W. as Sengoku. I don't know who that is off the top of my head. And IJ Seiler as Luffy.
Right.
Oh, Jeffrey Wright. Oh, okay. He's a little short to be Sengoku, but I like it. And then RJ Seiler as Luffy. Who's that? Who's RJ Seiler? I don't know who that is.
Jeffrey Wright as Sengoku.
I feel like I've seen this guy in something. I don't know what it is, but I've seen him in something.
He's been in the Batman.
The RJ Seiler guy?
Jeffrey Wright guy.
No, I know who Jeffrey Wright is.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. He was the Hispanic guy from Shaft. Which nobody knows him as that, but that's what I know him from. But yeah, he was Commissioner Gordon in the Batman, if I remember correctly. All right. We did get another 8 months at Fremos. It says, at Nakama status, it says, if you like Gantz, you gotta read Dorohedoro Peak. I feel like I've heard of it before, but I have no idea what it's actually about. So, are you familiar, Larry, or no?
Is that the crocodile head guy? Da da da, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Okay. Oh, you've seen
I
it?
haven't seen the whole show, but I've seen like a clip of it.
Okay. All right. Let's get back into it. Appreciate all the super chats, guys. And like the stream if you haven't already. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. All right, next up. I don't remember who was the next person I saw in here, but I want to say it was Trent. Trent, you there?
Hello there.
Hey, how's it going, man?
What's up, man?
What's up, guys? All right. I got some stuff to get off my chest.
Okay.
Guys, the other day I was just watching y'all's video on Doflamingo versus Sabo.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks he's not here, but I just wanted to talk to the Sabo guy himself. So I think, and I know Seb, I think you may have to back it up here, but I don't know what y'all were thinking about Sabo beating Doflamingo. I'm just saying.
Talk to him.
And like for them to I'm sorry, Sean, but I'm gonna have to say it. For you to wave off Gear 4 Bounce Man Luffy like it was nothing was crazy because people always forget Doffy beat him the first half of the fight and Larry said with the organs hanging out of his butt. It was crazy. And people are sitting here saying that it was nothing. That Sabo got his kill shot that didn't kill him, which means it's not a kill shot, but we're not gonna go over that. But that stuff right there, for him he doesn't have I just can't give him that fight versus Fujitora. Like I can't even give that to him I can't even give him that fight. And Conqueror's haki is a real thing. It's an actual thing, especially since he's not kid, doesn't know how to use it, but even though he's not Luffy or something, he still knows how to utilize his Conqueror's haki, and he knows how to use it, and he's got an Awakened Devil Fruit. And I'm sorry, I don't see Sabo having Conquerors. Just gonna keep it above 50.
Okay.
Just don't. And I feel like I need to hear what you're gonna say, Sub, because this is gonna determine a lot of stuff right here, man.
These are the moments in time that I hate y'all for even calling in and saying stuff like this.
Oh, really?
Because
wow.
As y'all all know, Doflamingo
cool,
is one of my favorite characters of all time in any series. And I hate Sabo with a passion. I feel like
but
he's
you
a
said
waste.
He would win.
Yeah, because I don't scale based off my feelings, bro. I scale with the narrative. I don't.
See, that's
Okay.
the problem. That's the problem. If you scaled with the narrative, or if you just scaled properly, maybe, let's use this right, properly, you would know at this moment right now. There's not a lot of people Blackbeard is beating that are actually relevant, okay? You wouldn't have gone against my Zoro versus Blackbeard argument.
I can't stand Zoro fans, bro. But
I'm not a Zoro fan. I'm not even a big I'm just saying it's a logical thing, you know?
Anyway.
It's logical.
Are you done?
But anyway. Oh yeah, my bad.
Okay. Making sure. All right. But I scale with the narrative. And the narrative tells me that Sabo should be able to defeat Doflamingo. Because Luffy defeated Doflamingo 6 arcs ago now? Are we at 6? Dressrosa, Whole Cake, Zoe, Wano, Egghead, Elbaf. Yeah, 6 arcs ago. So what you're trying to tell me right now is that somebody Luffy was capable of defeating 6 arcs ago would be able to defeat Sabo right now. If that's the case, what's the point of Sabo's character?
To get stronger?
You shouldn't need to get stronger than somebody that Luffy defeated 6 arcs ago. That's my point. Like,
It took a
you're
2v1
you
though.
were that weak already. Then you're Sanji. You get what I'm saying? If you couldn't, that's what y'all are telling me. That Sabo is Sanji.
I mean, you did say
Come on, man.
Sanji's close to his level. I remember
Sanji now.
Larry.
Y'all be tweaking, bro.
Is that a fact? But in that video, did he say that?
Listen, man.
Terrible.
I don't know what he be saying. I just know
Terrible.
that he be wrong, bro.
I'm wrong. Because I think Sabo can defeat Doflamingo. I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. I mean,
hey, let's go back to this match right now. Does Perona beat Dawes Bones?
no.
I don't know though. What if she uses? I forgot what the one attack was, but she sends that little
If she
ghost
catches him, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
saying? I don't think
What
she
if
will.
Doflamingo just catches him though?
Sabo's a Logia.
You know, Doflamingo's a Conqueror's hockey user.
Okay, can he utilize Conqueror's haki in his attacks? Can he?
Maybe not.
Don't say
Maybe not,
can
but
he
used
or
the
not?
He can use.
Yeah,
No,
he
I
can.
haven't.
He can. Hold on. You've seen Doflamingo coat any of his attacks in Conqueror's haki.
Yes.
When?
When he got his foot stopped by Luffy.
I was about to say, wasn't there Conqueror's hockey?
No, that's not the same thing. I'm talking about coding. You're talking about two Conquerors clashed. I'm talking about coding my attack intentionally in Conqueror's haki. That's not the same thing.
So what did they clash with when he was doing the heavenly bullets?
Armament haki.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did the sky
So you
split?
think that,
No.
that when you clash as Conqueror's hockey users, you don't always split the sky.
Did anybody get
That's
knocked
what I was
out?
just about to say.
Did Saint Ethan and Zoro, when they clash, split the sky?
No. Did anybody get knocked out?
That's crazy, right?
They didn't clash with Conqueror's haki. That's my point.
So hold on. What attack do you think is stronger? The 16 holy bullets or Don Chin Jiao clashing with Luffy?
The 16 bullets.
Right. And which one required the other to actually overcome? The 16 bullets. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to sit here and be like, well, if we're talking narratively, right? Narratively, if Luffy is fighting Don Chin Jiao with no stakes and using Conqueror's haki, and then he goes to fight Doflamingo in the final moments where he has to beat him with this one punch and uses this crazy technique he hasn't used before, I'm going to assume that there's Conqueror's haki attached to it, especially when their clash reverberated across Dressrosa and outside to the oceans.
Mm-hmm.
The only time we've seen that is when Conqueror's haki users clash. It might not split the sky, but it was definitely being used.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But like, that's what makes sense to me.
I'll even allow for this. I will. That doesn't tell me he would defeat Sabo. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't. Like, I don't know why this tells y'all that this would be enough to defeat Sabo.
I think that the fact he's. So you think right now that Sabo would take out Gear 4 Luffy Bounce Man?
Yeah.
Cocaine is one hell of a drug, bro.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even.
I don't know why. Okay, so let me get this right. So Sabo's weaker than Cracker to you?
Doflamingo's not losing to Cracker. Bro.
I'm talking about Sabo. Because that's how y'all are speaking. At this level, Luffy at Boundman and Dressrosa is not a top tier. Like, it's not. Like, he just isn't. He was still struggling with the likes of Cracker.
Yeah,
y'all are telling me that y'all don't think Sabo can deal with Cracker level people. That's what you're saying right now.
I mean, he didn't
Oh
beat
man,
Doflamingo.
all right, man.
Yeah,
And remember, Doflamingo just
got
got Gamma
2v1.
knifed. Dude was
Yeah.
fixing himself the entire time.
All right, man. Yeah, I don't like caping for Sabo because I don't like him, so I won't. But y'all
This
are
was
tripping.
really meant for
Y'all tripping.
Shonen. This was a big thing for Shonen.
Tripping.
I just needed him to make sure so that maybe if he watches this video, he will see this timestamp because I need him to know.
So,
This is just
do you
my
think
feelings.
Doflamingo has better durability than Cracker?
Yeah.
Do you think Doflamingo has better haki than Cracker?
No. He just has Conqueror's haki. He doesn't. Not armament.
Man. Wait, would that make if he doesn't have better hockey, so would that but he has conquerors, which adds to your hockey. You think
Right.
I'm just wondering.
Do y'all think? Hold on. Do y'all think Kid has better hockey than Cracker?
See, this is where you.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
But Kid can't even use his conqueror. When have we seen Kid use his conqueror? So.
Thank you.
Yo, y'all be
Doffy
y'all be so inconsistent, bro.
No, it's not inconsistent.
So Doflamingo having Conqueror's hockey means he's superior hockey user to Cracker, but Kid having Conqueror's hockey doesn't mean that for Kid.
No, because Doffy uses his. Doffy utilizes his Conqueror's hockey. Kid, when have we seen him use it?
Exactly. So your argument is flawed.
It's a bad example.
Oh man.
There has not been one time that Kid has infused his Conqueror's hockey into any of his attacks. So you using him as an example is probably just destroying your argument further.
Look, if you wanted to do that, you could have said like Cat or something. Or use somebody that even just use somebody else that's not Kid because we haven't seen him one time use it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Unless you're basing this off of Pirate Warriors 4, which makes no sense. But shout out that great game.
No, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. Trent, appreciate the call, bro.
Yep, appreciate talking to y'all. And Rob, if you're out there, Mr. Shonen Showdown, Mr. Shonen Showdown, if you're out there, I hope you see this. And I hope you get to. And I just wanted to let you know that this is my take of that 20-minute video and how I felt for 20 minutes. This is how I felt. To sit there and easily sit there and say Sabo and 4.
Okay. All right. Trent, have a good night.
All right, you too. Hey, you need to send me the details for that stuff.
Yeah, we haven't figured it out yet, but when we do, I got you.
All right. All right.
All right. We got a couple more big super chats that came in, so I'm gonna read these, guys. Thank you. We got 2 from Amajin115. It says, "How would you change the end of Game of Thrones? Love the pod. Kill Arya." 100%. 1,000,000%. I feel like she could still be involved in the Night King going down, but I feel like we needed to see Jon versus the Night King, even if he was losing or whatever. And to me, I've mentioned it before, I feel like we didn't really get the Azora High Prophecy fulfilled in a meaningful way because the blade that took out the Night King was not bathed in the blood of somebody that you loved. It was nicked on Ned Stark's neck, and that's not fulfilling that to me. I feel like that's a cop-out. So I would have had it be a situation where Jon is fighting the Night King and losing, and he gets knocked down. He's about to get killed. Arya jumps to try to take out the Night King to save Jon. Night King catches her. Jon turns around and kind of swings the blade in a defensive position and stabs through Arya, through her into the Night King, killing her and killing the Night King, therefore fulfilling the Azora High Prophecy and giving Jon a real meaningful loss because he killed his sister accidentally. It would probably break him as a character, but then it would also make him go adamantly against anything that Daenerys ended up doing with her Mad Queen kind of stuff, because I did all this and I had to kill my sister for it, and now you're doing all this BS. So him then killing Daenerys has more meaning to him because I had to kill Arya for this. So that's what I would change. There's probably a lot of other people that could theory craft or write something different. I kind of based my ending a little bit off of Rurouni Kenshin's flashback, what basically took Kenshin into the Tosai era. But overall, I that's what I would change. I don't know if you have like a change you would make specifically, Larry. I know people would throw tomatoes at me because they love Arya, but I would have totally took her out. I feel like that's what Game of Thrones does.
Just take her not being clapped
Oh my god!
during season 8. I really did not enjoy that part of Game of Thrones. I'm just gonna say it one more time for the people that didn't hear it on the pod before.
Here's the thing: you're bringing it up again when we didn't need to talk about it at all.
It was just not. It was just not something I wanted to see. But I think when it comes to Game of Thrones, I think Sebastian is very well versed, more than me. So honestly, what he's saying makes way more sense. Absolutely.
You put me on.
I put you on, but like you deep dived. Like you were watching. Remember when it was happening? You were watching theory videos and videos about Game of Thrones and all these other existing nations that just weren't included, and you were connecting and you were saying name. I was like, bro, I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
I was into
so when it comes to that, like I go to a professional, bro. Like Seb knows what he's talking about.
I was into it, man. I was. It had a hook into me, bro. I was very much into it. I almost read them books. That's how into it I was. But
Seb, as a fellow big GOT guy, my only problem with what you said is Arya can get killed off. That doesn't really bother me that much. But to fulfill the prophecy, he would have to be killing Dany, probably.
Nah, I think you can get away with killing the one you love. If they're gonna give me the nick on Ned's neck, being the trigger,
yeah, that's terrible.
Then
either way,
we can get away with I killed my sister who I love. You know what I'm saying? We can get away with that. At least somebody's dead. You know what I'm saying? Hey man. To me, I just needed a real sacrifice to be made there. I thought way too many people lived at the end of the night, the long night, personally. I also thought the whole battle strategy was stupid. Like, who sends their cavalry out first into the darkness? That's not how any war commander would ever do this. But, you know, maybe they need to take some who writes Kingdom again? Hara? I forget his name. They needed to take some P's and Q's from my boy. But all right, that's how I would end it. Sorry. All right, so we got a bunch of gifted memberships. Jesus Christ. From Villain. First, we got 20 from Villain. Then we got 50 from Villain. And then we got one from Villain. So I guess that's 71 gifted memberships from
Villain. Jesus, bro. Thank you so much.
Oh, my God. Thank you, bro.
Bro, holy.
OD, man. And then he followed that up with a $5 super chat that says, I did all that for Lucky Ankle and he still ain't get it. Step your hockey up, brother. Hashtag educate yourself. Hashtag the throat piece is real. Hashtag Rev Tribe on top. Oh, man.
Holy. Villain,
thank you so much for the generosity, bro. That should get some more people in here.
Crazy. Thank you so much, Villain.
Truly, thank you. Let me drag some people up because that's OD what Villain just did, man. But yeah, if you guys want to participate in getting some of these gifted memberships, then join the call and waiting, and then make your memberships available to you, or gifted memberships available to you on YouTube. We did get another 10 gifted as well from the Jesse Broker 2255. 2555. So thank you so much. We got another warlord join the ship in Lucky Ankle. So it looks like Lucky ended up becoming a warlord himself. It's too funny. Lucky, if you're trying to get into the call-in stream, you have to become a warlord on the Discord itself. All right. Technically, the memberships on the YouTube give you access to emojis, and anytime Larry does like a chapter reaction on the TOPT channel, it's like a members only kind of view. But thank you. We did get another 25 from Lucky. It says, my hockey is up. Hashtag get up. Hashtag been here. Appreciate you, bro. I think I do see you in the stream there. So thank you. Or the call and waiting. We got another 2 from Big Meatball. It says, with the power of haki, could you blacken a devil fruit? This kind of came up on the call on the stream yesterday, if I remember correctly, Larry. I don't know what blackening a devil fruit would really mean, but I would be with it just as a secondary like way to make a devil fruit stronger. Like we technically already see people like haki harden, like we saw Doflamingo haki harden his devil fruit strings, right? But like blacken the devil fruit itself, like what does that exactly mean? You know, I don't know.
I think it would be pointless to do so, wouldn't it?
I think it's because you look at it from a, well, maybe not. I was gonna make an assumption of what you're thinking, but haki is like the counter to devil fruits. So like,
No.
okay.
I was just thinking because you're gonna use it, right? But it's like, I don't know. I feel like at the same time, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like you're there to like use the devil fruit by eating it.
Okay.
If you just like turned the devil fruit and put haki onto it, then are you throwing it at somebody?
I guess you could. Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could.
I mean, I guess, yeah, at that point, but it's gonna be a poor use of utilizing the devil fruit, right? I don't know how like that would work at that point. It's like, are you just throwing devil fruits at people like as ammunition?
I mean, depending on how you look at it, it could be a like because it counteracts each other. It might not harden it, but give it a extra strength to. I think of the word. Basically, add resistance to other people's haki affecting your devil fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Maybe.
It's so funny. It's like when people in movies they shoot a gun and then they run out of bullets, so they just throw the gun. I feel it's like that, right?
That's funny. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Another 4 months at Yonko status from Guap 2K TV. It says, hey Nakama, happy to have been a member for 4 months. Many more to come. And a quick question. Who do you think would have the lowest battle IQ? Chopper, Brooke, Frankie, or Robin? Hashtag throat goat piece. Hashtag BBC. Definitely not Chopper. I feel like he has access to Brain Point, which automatically makes him a top tier battle IQ person. I'll have to go with Frankie because Frankie tends to fight in whatever fashion the other person is fighting in like a macho way. Like he decided he had all these tricks and gadgets and things that he could use versus what's the chop up dude's name? I always forget.
Fukuru?
I think it's Fukuru. Yeah, Fukuru or whatever. And he decided to go heads up, punch for punch, right? Same thing with Senior Pink. He decided to go slam for slam, right? Like Frankie probably has access to a better battle IQ. It's just not how he fights. So I'll go with Frankie for the lowest battle IQ just because his track record here.
I think it's Usopp, bro.
He wasn't named, bro.
Oh, he wasn't?
No.
I'm gonna just say Usopp
hater,
anyway.
Bro. You're such a hater.
I'm say Usopp anyway.
All right. We got another 5 from No One Special. It says, what do you think Mihawk's agenda is for the world government now that we know the true meaning behind his arm quote to Shanks? Do we? Does Mihawk know that? Like, I don't think that was being implied by Mihawk, but that could just be me. You know, like, I don't think he was like, oh, you're not immortal anymore. You know, I think he took it at face value of Shanks losing his arm and therefore he's lesser. I could be wrong, but I don't think there was a deeper message or meaning there.
I don't know. I mean, Mihawk is just gonna Mihawk, bro. He's so pointless at this point. I have nothing to say about Mihawk. I'm gonna keep it a street bean, bro. Whatever his goals are, cool, bro. Shout out to Mihawk. He really him.
Okay. We got another 5 from Brian, Real She. It says, Larry, no way you're going to make the Griffith video a thing. I'm crying, laughing emojis. Zoro, King, Cat, Doflamingo, Sanji, and Marco versus the Blackbeard Pirates. Is Aokiji included? It really depends if Aokiji is included or not. I'm gonna go Blackbeard Pirates. It's because that's my guy. I know Larry gonna go the opposite. So
who is it again? Sorry.
Zoro, King, Cat, Doffy, Sanji, and Marco versus the Blackbeard Pirates.
Oof. It's a lot of people.
It is.
Zoro, King, Cat, Doflamingo, Sanji, and Marco versus the Blackbeard Pirates. Yeah. For sure.
You're going with the opposite. Like the
Yeah, the opposite for sure.
Okay. I ain't even mad at that. But if Aokiji's there, I definitely got the Blackbeard Pirates. But
So the way I see it, it's like Doflamingo is going to use his heavenly string to turn the whole island into string. And the fact is, Pizarro Avalo doesn't have the haki to combat Doflamingo back from doing it. That would lead to Blackbeard trying to like basically put him into check so he doesn't do that, because it's obviously going to take away footing from his entire crew. But while he's preoccupied, Marco snuck people before. You know what I'm saying? He snuck admirals, you know what I'm saying? And I can see him not letting Blackbeard get that off. And if Blackbeard tries to like do that as well, Aokiji's there. So Aokiji could probably hold Doflamingo's back in terms of, but even then, I don't think he has the infusion of haki as great as Doflamingo's control. I don't know. It's interesting. Because Aokiji has to be there. If Aokiji's not there, then this is a different fight for sure. But if Aokiji's there, I think the Blackbeard Pirates win.
okay. All right, so we on the same page. There we go.
Yeah, Aokiji.
Aokiji, he's the X factor. I low-key still feel like Blackbeard might clutch, but that's because I'll be glazing Blackbeard a little bit.
No. If Blackbeard, if he's by himself and there's no, it's over. Like I think
it's just a lot of heavy hitters. I ain't gonna lie.
I think
heavy
they get
enough
beat
hitters.
pretty bad. They get beat pretty bad, bro.
We'll see about that. We'll see. I mean, apparently we got Van Auger who could snipe cracker level biscuits, no problem. So
yeah, but then you have like Sanji, who can outspeed whatever teleportation he's doing and the observation in order to catch him where he's gonna be. It's bad matchup.
I can agree with most of that. I can't. My thing is, because I was gonna say they fought the Whitebeard pirate remnants, but I don't think anybody on the Whitebeard pirates side is like Zoro, Sanji, King, Cat level besides Marco, right? So it's like it's tough.
The thing is too, it's like Cat's gonna be able to be like, yo, watch out for this, and that, and hang back, and then he can also do his awakening. So you have two people who can just like awaken with their conqueror's haki, and then you have that same person be able to dictate where everybody needs to be ahead of time, because nobody on Blackbeard's side has that besides probably Aokiji. So Aokiji's gonna be so stressed, and Blackbeard's gonna be so stressed.
I don't know about
everybody
stress.
else is just gonna get teched out.
If Aokiji's there, he can handle a lot of these dudes. Not too difficulty. You know what I mean, it's Aokiji, bro. You know.
I mean, I think look at if Zoro's giving the work to Blackbeard, and Marco is holding Aokiji to a level where like he has to worry about him. Sanji and Doflamingo and King and Cat, they're going crazy, bro.
I think we're sleeping a little bit on the Blackbeard Pirates, man. They got something. They gotta have something. No?
That's the issue. They don't.
Maybe.
I've seen Sanji kick. Not Kawamatsu. What's this guy's name? The big fishman guy. Oh. Anyway, I've also seen him kick that huge octopus. You know what I'm saying? So the big giant dude, he out, bro. Like, he got thrown by Garp into the water.
Garp!
He was cooked. And he was cooked.
I can't. Nah, man.
How many of those dudes are getting parasited? If Doflamingo goes, all right, here, birdcage.
Man.
Real talk. If Doflamingo was like, yo, here, birdcage, Cat goes awakening. Doflamingo in the birdcage goes awakening. Sanji's flying all over the place, kicking everybody. Marco's like, yo, here's healing abilities.
They gotta
right?
get Doffy out
And
of there,
then
bro.
Zoro's like going off King. Who's hurting King?
Alkiji gonna have to put work in. Blackbeard got to put work in. You know what I'm saying?
My brother, you are solely mistaken. You know what? I started to think about this a little bit more. Even with Aokiji, I'm going the other squad.
Now you're tripping.
I'm going the other squad.
Now you're tripping.
I'm sorry.
Now you're tripping.
I have to.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought you were gonna do in the first place. So is what this.
Birdcage?
Man, Doffy you understand. As strong as Doffy is, Aokiji he can pack him like that. It's over. That's the fight.
I saw Fujitora not be able to stop Birdcage.
All right, man. We gotta move on, bro. You tripping now?
I'm just saying, bro.
Now you tripping? All right, we got another 2 from the Asterio Jack. Seb, what is it with you and Death? Who hurt you? I don't even think I'm like obsessed with Death. I feel like it should be a very intelligently used writing tool. And I think you can get more from a story more often than not by utilizing it. That's really it. To be honest with you. If I want to say somebody hurt me, it'll be Oda. With all the fake out deaths. That's who hurt me. Pell hurt me, bro. If there was a class action suit against Oda for bringing Pell back, I would sign it. I would sign up and I'd be a part of that petition, bro. I would. And another 5 from Big Meatball. Was Joy Boy the first great kingdom civilian to go to the seas and try to make peace with the old kingdom, and that's how he turned to Lily? Maybe. It's very possible.
Well, if you look at Vivi, she was a part of Baroque Works.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it could have been like that because they were on the side of the 20 kingdoms. So, you know, she was probably thugging and she ran into Joy Boy and Joy Boy changed her just like Luffy changed Vivi. That seems like the most obvious thing.
Yeah. Okay. But that even then, Vivi was on Baroque Works trying to like double agent it out, you know?
Yeah.
So, but let's get Diamond here. I saw him in there earlier. Diamond, talk to me.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Yeah. How's everyone doing today?
Chilling,
doing well,
man.
bro. Thank you for asking. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. Damn, I was really gonna hate on someone, but I got no hate in me today. I think I used it all yesterday, so I'm gonna be. I guess my topic is to the commanders versus the Blackbeard pirates.
Okay.
I guess I'll add my 2 cents in because I really don't have anything else. I guess this is for Larry. Do you not think that Kuzan is able to damage King?
Kuzan?
Yeah.
That's it. That's interesting. I don't think he's able to damage him in terms of like power, like punching him. I do think that he can possibly freeze him. The only thing is King doesn't rely on an outsourced power for his fire. It actually just comes from his body. Like it's his genetics. So I've seen the ice freeze Doflamingo. I've seen the ice freeze Whitebeard. I've seen the ice freeze Garp. And all 3 of those men have gotten out of that ice. Granted, all 3 of these men also have Conqueror's haki, which is the variable, right? But I do believe when Doflamingo broke out of his ice, he used his strings. Whitebeard used his Devil Fruit ability to quake, and then Garp just used haki because that's its main source. So I think King would be able to use his flames and get out of that. And I don't think that he has the haki to put him down. So I don't think no.
Well, I guess my rebuttal will be, like he did do the battleship back training with Garp, and even
Yeah.
in like he might not match Garp's hockey output. In the little clash they had, he used Ice Glove on top of his fist with hockey to match Garp. So I guess my rebuttal question would be: do you think Garp is able to damage King? Like current Garp, not Prime, because Prime it's a wash. But
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. He
and
has
then
the hockey for it.
I guess your real question would have to be: can he do it without using Conqueror's haki? I guess would be the real, if you want to correlate to Aokiji. But go on, Diamond.
Yeah, like it's because I mean I don't really. I guess when it comes to you guys' takes, I'm more on Swebby-chan's side for for the trolls, but I guess like I'm leaning more in the middle because even though like as Seb always says, you got to scale with the narrative. Like feats do help because even though Garp is probably the weakest he's ever been, he still managed to do what he did with like half of the Blackbeard pirates, including Kuzan.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm not mad at you picking the commanders. It was just like Kuzan should be able to handle like almost all of them, except maybe Zoro and Sanji, just because they're like the outliers in the commanders. Everyone else is kind of as strong as they could be, while they have more potential to grow. And Zoro's, might be already admiral level low key, but that might be glazing. But that's pretty much all I had to say.
I think so this is like one of those times where I say like hockey happens to be more complicated than we think. And I think when Garp was using no hockey against these battleship bags, in a way he was refining his body to a point where he could dish out stronger armament hockey. I think that's one of the ways you can get something as basic as armament hockey and observation hockey really strong, is if you somehow manage to increase your body's durability or density or strength in order to increase output. This is the reason why Sanji now kicks harder than he did before when he didn't have the Germa genes activated, right? He was able to access like a hotter flame too. So it just makes him capable of reaching higher levels than like people who do not do that with armament hockey. Instead, those people use like Conqueror's hockey to make up for what they lack to somebody that's more superior in that category to them. So I do think that Aokiji has gone very far in his training to obtain a higher degree of armament hockey, especially after we've seen Kizaru, who battled Snake Man G4 Luffy on Egghead, and he was blocking even some of his attacks, even though he didn't have Conqueror's Haki and Luffy was using it. So there is a sort of saying, hey, you're not at that level yet in order to overpower me. What I have right now is enough. And I don't think it's tough because you look at baby Seraphim like S-Bear and Lucci, who has an attack by Rigaku, or I forget what it's called, the shockwave joint, and Gear 4 Luffy using what he was using, and they attacked together and still couldn't put the S-Bear down. So through Lucci's attack, it showed me Rio is probably not going to affect a Seraphim, which means it's not going to affect an adult Seraphim who's battle hardened and who lives in a crew filled with mediocracy, right? Like it's all about being the strongest in order to be in the position you're in. If not, then you fall down. You're not in that position no more. So I feel as if there's a lot of credence to narrative leaning in Aokiji's direction. I just feel there's more proof in the pudding through evidence in feats that says he can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I could respect that.
Yeah. Sorry for the long-winded.
No, you good.
Yeah, no.
That's how I look at it. I just look at like what's similar to this. How do I compare these two? And then I look at exact examples. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, yeah, like two of these people weren't able to do it on a lower arsenal experienced fighter like S-Bear. I don't know. I don't know, man. And I know Sebastian. I know the way Sebastian's minds work. He goes, well, Green Bull ended up coming to like Onigashama and then one-shotting King and Queen. He's right. But they were also hurt. They have bandages on. Marco, who regenerates, had bandages on. So I can't use Green Bull, who's weaker than Aokichi, to be like, well, Aokichi can do that to King. It's not fair.
Get your durability up, huh? All that resistance, once you actually hurt, you can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stop shading King. I like King. But all right, Diamond. I gotta get some more calls, man. But have a good night, bro.
All right, man. You too, guys.
All right, see you, bro.
All right. Let's get Broker in here. He's been here a while and he donated. Broker, you there?
I am here.
Talk to me, man.
Hey,
How's
Broker.
it going?
I'm good. How's things, guys?
Chilling, man. Chilling. A little tired, but I'll be all right.
Yeah, same here. I'm dragging a bit, but it's later for me than it is for you.
You got a theory today or what? I know last week you had a correction.
Yeah, so yeah, I was right, so it's fine. But I think so. The week before last, I talked about the Blackbeard pirates, each of them being given an extra, by the end of the story, when it comes to their final 1v1s, etc., that they're going to have like an extra devil fruit power that will get given to them via Greenblood and York being like the scientist.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've been going through, I'd love to get your guys' thoughts as well, because there's some that I don't have an answer for. I was trying to put together a list of what those second devil fruits would be like. What would be the most effective ones? So I'll give you the ones that I have. So Van Auga. So I think the extra devil fruit would be the Mark fruit, Van der Decken's fruit, because that with a sniper is just broken beyond all hell. It fits the character perfectly.
Okay.
Pizarro, the guy with the island fruit, you could give him Pika's stone fruit so that it bypasses so when Kobys punched his arm and his arm took damage.
He could like move away from it now.
Yeah, exactly. Just move completely out of it. Just move to the side. San Juan Wolf, so he's got the giant fruit. I would give him the ton fruit that Matt Hervis had in Dressrosa. So now you're that big, and you can also increase your weight, and like again, just it sets up some like interesting ways to fight. Shiryu, I think he will get the diamond fruit.
Okay.
And we'll see a scene where like Zoro manages to land what he thinks is like a killing blow on Shiryu. By like even with him being invisible, he manages to cut him, and then like he'll turn and he's made of diamond. It didn't take any damage at all. An interesting one with that though. So I think that the fight between Shiryu and Zoro is also going to be a 2v2 with Sanji and Jesus Burgess. And I think they're basically going to use their devil fruits to help each other. So Shiryu will make Burgess like invisible, and will give him diamond defense. And I think that what Burgess will have is the calm fruit that Corazon had. So now he can not only make Shiryu invisible, but also make no sound whatsoever. So just again, make almost undetectable. You would need some serious observation to even know where they are in a room. And the last one I have is Doc Q. I would also give him the shadow fruit.
Okay.
So he kills a bunch of fodder with the sick fruit, and then just puts a bunch of shadows into them and just has an army of zombies. And that fits. I think that one I like the most, because the thing that Chopper hated most about Hogback is what he was doing with the zombies. Like Chopper he hated it. This was a scientist that he really liked at first, and then when he saw what he was doing with the shadows and the zombies, he was just couldn't stand it. He thought it was like one of the most evil things you can do.
See, I was gonna go shadow fruit for Lafitte, but
I see. The only reason I didn't go Lafitte is because we don't know what his first fruit is yet.
Right. Yeah, I went shadows just because of I think Lafitte fights Brook, and I think it'll be a nice little callback to the fact that he couldn't defeat his original shadow, and like he might have to defeat a tap dancing swordsman, with the shadow fruit. I don't know. It was very surface level. But
no, that's fine because that fits in as well. Because I think that apart from the monster trio, I think the rest of the fights that happen are going to be almost like a battle royale. So it won't just be Chopper versus Doc Q. It will be at like each one of the, because the Blackbeard pirates, they love to gang up on other crew members. So to see both the crews having to prevent that from happening, like to stop Van Alga from just warping somebody out of the way, to have Jinbei like get in the way and block and stuff like that, I think would be really interesting.
I'm trying to think of other ones. The Lafitte was my one. Larry, do you have a second Devil Fruit for any Blackbeard pirate that you'd like to see?
Not really. I thought brokers were well thought out. I'll be honest. I have like no pushback against it. I think they work well in tandem.
Yeah. And like I said, it's a special, to me it's kind of necessary because I know that like in the One Piece world, the Straw Hats aren't aware of what the Blackbeard pirates can do, but we as readers are. So to have the final fight just be like, oh, okay, well, we know what Doc Q's going to do, we know what Van Alga's going to do. I need more. I want something extra that takes the characters by surprise as well as the reader.
Yeah, it would be dope. I know there's a lot of Blackbeard pirate theories that are running around. I like this one. I liked your other one about Blackbeard last line of defense, just stealing all of their devil fruits for himself.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. Yeah, I still think that happens. I still think that happens.
Did you have one for Katarina Devon?
No, because I don't quite know what, like, so we know what the fruit does on a surface level. Like it makes you look like somebody else. I really want it to be that they can also copy their devil fruit, but only one at a time.
Okay.
Because otherwise, it's just the same as what Bon Clay could use. So, yeah, it's like because we don't know enough about the fruit yet. I don't know what I'd pair it with.
Fair. No, that's fair. I was trying to think of other green blood, like, because it would be green blood thought process, so it would have to be like devil fruits that the world government has had some level of access to at some point.
Anyone in Impel Down.
Yeah.
Anybody.
So I was trying to think like maybe Magellan might have some situation going on here with one of the people. That's what I was going to go with for Doc Q, that it would be poison, like a second level to go with his already existing like doctoring abilities, but I don't know if that's enough.
I was thinking, what about the bomb fruit for Vasco Shot?
Okay, I like that one. That'll work. That works. You could do real like
the one?
Huh? Yeah, the booger bombs.
One?
Yeah, but it's like now it's he has a snot coming out of his nose from the alcohol. He's shooting it that way.
I had another one for Pizarro. I thought that maybe he could have the pop fruit, the one that the guy on Doffy's
Dellinger, not Dellinger. Gladius. Yeah.
Gladius, yeah. Because imagine literally any part of the island you can just make explode at will.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, actually. I love that we're not thinking of any Zoans.
That's what I say. It's Zoans aren't all that. Zoans are fine, but Zoans kind of
they're not tricky enough in the round. Like a Blackbeard Pirate's Delphers are supposed to be tricky. Like they're supposed to be hard to deal with. If you're just like, I'm stronger now. Like we kind of already have that with Jesus Burgess, technically. So
yeah.
I like the concept though, Broker. It'll be cool if it happens. I don't know how the Straw Hats overcome it, but I'd love to see it.
I think they overcome it with teamwork. So especially it being fruits that they may have already be aware of, like I know this because so and so fought this person, that sort of thing. It just
somebody in the chat.
I would like them to fight more tactically rather than just rush in.
Oh man, too funny. No, I feel that. I'd like it to be like a giant, like how they fought Oars, but like in a bunch of group battle settings. That would be pretty cool.
I definitely think that one of the only fights that doesn't involve any devil fruits, I think, will be Frankie versus York.
Okay.
And I think that will be like a battle of technology, so that when Frankie does defeat York, he's kind of got his secondary dream of surpassing Vegapunk, because York will have had all of Vegapunk's knowledge.
Okay. Maybe. I'll be with it. Frankie needs some real one-on-ones, though, man. I still see Frankie versus Jesus Burgess in the end. But that's me.
I know because of the wrestling sort of theme and stuff like that.
He's macho. That's the
yeah.
You can't. There's a macho guy in the crew, and you're telling me Frankie's not gonna fight him, man? I don't know. I see it.
I think Burgess is just too strong to fight Frankie.
Don't sleep.
Especially with the strong fruit. Like, what he lands one hit, doesn't matter what Frankie's body is made of, it's just still getting crumpled.
Frankie got it, man. Believe. You gotta believe.
He can't even use haki.
You gotta find a way, man. But Broker, I'm gonna get to a couple more calls, but I appreciate you for calling in, man. And thank you for donating earlier.
No,
yes,
always,
thank you, Broker.
Anytime.
Have a good night.
And you guys.
Have a good one, Broker.
Love. Take care. Bye, Larry.
Bye.
All right, next up. Let's get, who did I notice in here? I don't remember who was next. I don't know. Let's get Jada Rich in here. Jay, you there?
Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Chilling, man. What's
up,
going on?
man?
How y'all doing, man? It's good to be back again. Good to see y'all boys again, man, as usual. Now,
too.
I want to slightly pick up where I left off last time I called in, but go into something new. Now, I told you guys last time that I called in. This is JD Rich. I told you guys about the Zoro and the Higuma possible relation thing.
I remember.
Yeah. Well, something that I further went into about when I was doing more research on this was possibly you guys remember how Zoro and Kuina, the bond and friendship they had when they were kids, and basically Kuina used to always beat Zoro when it came to them sparring. I have a theory and prediction that ties into this. Basically, I think that the relationship that Zoro and Kuina had with each other is going to be like similar to possibly the relationship that Koshiro had with Zoro's father. I think that Koshiro was actually best friends, even though they're technically cousins. I think that they were still best friends in a way with each other. And the same way that Kuina used to always beat Zoro, Zoro's father used to always beat Koshiro whenever they possibly would spar. Like I think there's an equivalency with that ties them back together. Like the relationship with Zoro and Kuina, as far as them sparring together, it might be a similar relationship as far as Zoro's father and Koshiro, where Zoro's father would always come out on top whenever they would spar.
Okay.
I believe Kozaburo may have actually been watching over their battles. And also when Zoro, and if you remember the chapter that we see Zoro actually meeting Kozaburo is actually 68 during that time. He actually dies a couple months later before Kuina's death at all. So Kozaburo does die before Kuina. And he died around the age of 68. Now, the thing is, with the guy back in Wano, Ushimaru, the guy that was with Yamato, I recently discovered that he was actually 50 years old when they finally made their little last ditch effort attempt to fight Kaido after they broke out of that cave. So I've just been doing a lot of age gap research and trying to tie things in with how certain things happen. But what I really want to talk about today, real quick, is Doflamingo and Shamrock and their relationship. As far as like I said last time, I believe that Doflamingo and Shamrock were actually toddlers coming up together in the Holy Land before Doffy and his family actually moved down. And for some reason, man, I got to thinking, which they more than likely did probably know each other as kids because Doffy is only 2 years older than him. So around the time of God Valley, Doflamingo is 3 years old. Shanks and Shamrock are 1 year old. So during the first initial years, up until Doffy is age 9, they more than likely did grow up together. But it's the dynamic of how their relationship was and how would their families be like interacting or whatever. Because I would assume that they probably were on good terms, like their families themselves, before Doffy and his people decided to go down to the lower world, as it's called, because of the decision of Doffy's father. I kind of think that there may have been some civil camaraderie between Garling and whoever's, I forgot the name of it, but Dofi's dad. I think that him and Garling were slight friends, but maybe the more Dofi's father started leaning towards a greater sense of humanity, Garling probably started looking at him with resentment of his privilege. Like, yo, you really are starting to think like the commoners. You're starting to sound like the lower world people. What is with you? You're like, if you want to be, you know what I'm saying, you're not sounding like you're one of us anymore. So, however, I do think that that's not the last time. After Dofi, of course, and his family went down to the lower world, I don't believe that that's the last time him and Shamrock seen each other. And one thing that's hit me off when Doflamingo was inside the Impel Down, right, and he was speaking of like the assassin that they were supposedly like sending down when he said, "Oh, are they sending an assassin to come kill me because of what I know about the Holy Land and whatnot?" I think that, and this is before we met these guys, but I believe that that was a direct indication of Dofi giving us a hint at the Gods Knights, like before we met him. Like when Dofi was talking about the so-called assassin, I think he was actually referring to the Gods Knights because that's you know what I'm saying? Those would be the next, I guess, rank of people in the Holy Land that you would send out outside of CP0 to really get something done. And Doflamingo is not just anybody, so it probably would be fitting for them to send an assassin, aka God Knight, to go shut him up if he was out there blabbing information.
No, I agree with you with that. I've discussed this with Chris, I think on streams before, that I actually think there's a possibility that they send Shamrock to go recruit Doflamingo from Impel Down after whatever happens in Elbaf, because they're just going to be down some Gods Knights with probably Sommers and Killingham and maybe even Gunko all being defeated here. So if they're willing to recruit dudes like Loki, you know, conquerors, haki users who are strong from nations,
right?
I could see them being willing to recruit a guy like Doflamingo, you know, a conquerors, haki user, awakened Delfruit, who actually is a former celestial dragon, technically. And maybe Shamrock, like you talked to, has some not familiar, but some like we were kids together, you know what I mean? Like there could be an allusion to that. And I've always said, like, I would like it for Doflamingo because obviously I want to continue his story, but I'd like to see him have this crossroads of fate where he has to make a decision between potentially being with his family that he's found, with the Don Quixote family, or getting everything that he's wanted and being, well, not everything, but being offered the life that he originally wanted and originally probably would have lived.
The status
you know?
that he got kicked out of. Yeah.
Like if he was presented with it, which decision would he make? And is there going to be actual growth for his character? Or would he take that decision, like take the power route in an effort to try to seize the throne in the end? Like either option I think is interesting, but I could see a situation where that happens for Dofi.
Also, what do you guys think of like Dofi interacting with Shanks? How would that how do you think that conversation would go? Because given that Doflamingo is more than likely familiar with Shamrock, if he's seen Shanks and obviously recognized like, yo, you look just like the guy I grew up with in the Holy Land, like how would it? Because like remember, they are the only two pirates that we know of with actual celestial backgrounds.
I've never really thought about it too much. I would say he'd probably troll and ask him like if he was ever going to come back or something like that. I don't think there'd be any like deeper conversation there. It'd be a similar situation to like Doflamingo's interaction with Aokiji to me, where it's like this is a man of conviction and like clearly you lived at the top of the Marines, but now you're doing this other thing, you know, slumming it as a pirate, as it were, right?
Yeah,
like
because Sebastian, I thought about that because, like, remember on Roger's execution, you got all these future big shots all gathered in one place, and you get like because Shanks and Doflamingo were both there, so it's like and Mihawk and
they could have run into each other there. Honestly,
that's what I'm saying. I think that we have yet to get a chapter going back to Roger's execution because there's going to be a full flesh out of every. I believe that Oda's going to give us a chapter going over Roger's execution with the full flesh out of the networking that took place between the characters that gathered in Logtown that day.
Mm. So you think there'll be a, how do I say this? A Shibodi Archipelago at Roger's execution for that era of
basically.
Legends, kind of a thing.
Yes, basically. And it's gonna be like what happened between who, what conversations took place, what information was exchanged and revealed. Because you got Dragon, you got Doffy, you got Croc, you got Buggy, you got Mihawk, you got Shanks, and maybe various others, you know what I'm saying? Amongst in the midst of the crowd and whatnot. So it's like there's no way these characters did not cross paths with one another.
Hmm. It's possible. I mean, I don't know that they ever highlighted any other actions that took place after Roger was executed, right? Like if the Marines kind of tried to capture, like it's hard to say if like fights took place, but interactions very well may have, conversations very well may have. But I don't know if like dudes got into like
interactions and conversations. Yes.
Okay.
Because I think Oda is still gonna flesh that out. Like remember, he only showed us what he wanted. Like Oda only shows us what he wants to show us until it's time to show us something more, where he can go back to a certain moment and say, "Hey, this also took place here." And you know how he does with his flashbacks and whatnot. So there's a lot more that he has yet to show us with Roger's execution, and it's very vital to where we are right now in the story. And I just want to put this prediction out there. You know how Garp introduced the concept of like battleship bags and whatnot, and the only people we've seen using that method are Garp, Aokiji, and even now Kobys. Well, I got a prediction that basically a lot of people think that it was Garp solely himself who thought of this method, but for some reason, I believe that Garp actually learned the concept of battleship bags from his teacher, like the same way Garp was to Aokiji as a Marine mentor. Garp's Marine mentor is the one who put him on to that strategy, and I actually believe that this specific person who taught Garp about the concept of using the battleship bags was actually Commander in Chief Kong.
Okay. I would like it. I know Lionel would love that. He's a big Kong guy. Crow's probably somewhere in here getting excited. But that would be cool.
Like,
I mean, he got the arms for it.
And Kong is not the commander in chief for no reason. That's a rank above fleet admiral. So it's like and when you see in the flashback, when we look at the Herald flashback and you see Kong speaking with Garp, Sengoku, and Usuru, like that to me tells me that there's obviously a deeper relationship there with maybe all three of them. Like he probably was the teacher to all three of them, and Garp was like his exceptional pupil.
Maybe. I will say the way that Garp and him seem to interact around God Valley doesn't give that kind of didn't give me that feeling. You know, Garp was on vacation, basically telling him to leave him the hell alone. And Kong was kind of begging Garp to go out there. So I don't know if I got that feeling.
I get you. But that's just Garp being Garp. I mean, Garp is like, he's a Marine version of Roger. Like Garp is just free. Like he's free to do what he wants because he's just he not only does he have a rank, but it's like he's him in a way. He's just him.
Okay. Jay, I got to get some more callers in here, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you for calling.
Oh, no problem. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Sebastian, man. Thank you, guys.
All right,
man.
thank you, bro.
Man. I'll see you next time.
Bro. See you next time.
All right.
I think the only thing I don't agree with, like, the coming up of Doflamingo and Shamrock theory is that Doflamingo and family left when they were 8.
Yeah, it was a little young.
And Doflamingo is 2 years older than Shamrock and Shanks because they were 6 when Doflamingo left. So we have to assume, like, even if they knew each other, it's like Luffy knowing Uta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's not much else to go off except we were children.
Yeah, I mean, there's a clean like 3 years there where they could have really interacted and had memories with one another. But like you said, like if I'm leaving at 8, that means I had to have been in your life by like the time you were 4. You know what I'm saying? To have any sort of real interactions. And the only way I could see it from there is that like Doflamingo would like bully him or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's like we were friends. It would probably be him just picking on him. So, Oh,
Yeah, that's the only hole I see in that
What's
theory.
the
But I do like
age-
the thought processes.
what's the age difference between Shamrock and or Doflamingo and Corazon? That's my second question because we were harping on the Doflamingo and Shamrock connection, but Corazon is his younger brother and it's probably like 2 years younger, right? So it's like
Yeah,
they
Corazon
would be
was
the two.
1 to 2
Yeah.
years older than Shanks at their respective
Mm-hmm.
ages. Because Corazon died at 26.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what timeline it is exactly. So
when Corazon died 13 years before the Dressrosa arc, he was 26. At that same point in the timeline, Shanks was already established as a pirate in his late 20s. So he was 27 when he met Luffy 10 plus
wait,
years
how
ago.
old is Shanks right now? Shanks is 39 right now, right? Or is he 41? He's 39.
Shanks is 41.
I thought he was 20.
39, my
yeah,
bad.
so
Doflamingo's 41.
Corazon and Shanks and Shamrock are the same age. So I'm saying
Basically.
I think the Shamrock connection might actually be through Corazon because they would be the direct age group. You know what I'm saying? Like they would be the ones in school together. They would be the ones in the same class, kind of a thing. Doffy would be the older brother who's the jerk or something, you know? But
yeah,
I don't know. Could be cool. All right, let's get actually I think we had a super chat, so let me read that now. Had a couple actually. We got 15 months at Nakama status from Figureland Shampoo. It says, if killing him used his Del fruit on you, what would be your nightmare? A giant positive pregnancy test. Mm-hmm. Like a giant one, like a real giant one that's like has like a picture of my future child on it or something. I don't know.
You have the most issues ever, bro.
Listen, bro.
Holy.
What would yours be?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I don't know. I think like a big gallon of milk, but it's expired and the cap is open and it's about to pour on top of me.
Is this something you fear daily? Like, is this is your biggest
Yeah,
fear?
yeah. I don't like messing with old milk.
Old
that's
milk?
Like, yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be like a giant like tree nut, bro, or something.
Nah,
Okay.
it's old milk for sure.
Okay.
You remember that time when I was living at the house and I opened up that protein bottle that I had in the corner for like 3 months?
Why did you open it? That was what I didn't understand.
Oh my God.
You were
I was
like,
thinking about that 2 days ago. I was like, why did I do that inside the house?
It was rancid, bro.
It was so bad, bro.
Mm.
I remember Pops came out the room. He was like, what is that? Yeah, I was like, I'm such an idiot, bro.
Oh my God. It was bad, bro. It was really bad. Oh man. Yo, Larry, talk real quick.
Yo.
All right, cool. My like headphone popped out. I leaned back too far. All right, we got another 280 Canadian from Purple D Popcorn. Deku versus Kaido. Deku 3-shot Onigashima level rock. Does Deku get to Kaido levels? Like I don't know where we go with My Hero at the end there. Does he get there? Is he that far up?
What? What is it? What does it say again?
Deku versus Kaido.
Right. Deku versus Kaido?
Yeah.
No.
No. Like it's Kaido?
It's Kaido.
Okay.
Deku, all right. So this is gonna be, My Hero fans probably coming at me. But I will explain. Shigaraki's durability was insane. Absolutely insane. He was able to take like a laser beam from like a couple aircrafts and then have it amplified and then brought down upon him. It was just basically insane. Like, and then his offensive power was decay, right? So he could just decay anything by touching you. So they had to keep him in the air. That way he wouldn't be a danger to anybody else. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, Deku didn't straight up beat Shigaraki. He had to actually sacrifice some of his one for all and throw it into Shigaraki. That way it could break something inside of him. to where his abilities wouldn't work correctly. Also, Shigaraki had, I forgot that girl's name, the American girl in My Hero. She studied under All Might. What was her name? Kathleen Bate. She was Star and Stripe.
Mm-hmm.
She had the ability still active inside of Shigaraki that was tearing up all of his abilities. So it was like he was fighting on a handicap, even though he wasn't handicapped, and he was like the strongest dude ever. So when Deku finally beats him, he doesn't beat him because of pure strength. He beats him out of strategy. With Kaido, Deku can't do a lot of the things that he did against Shigaraki. I think Shigaraki is weaker than Kaido. I think his abilities are more dangerous, but I'm sorry, bro. I don't think I could see Deku beating Kaido at all.
Okay. I gotta lean on Larry, guys. I haven't finished My Hero. As I could probably tell, I don't watch a lot of anime. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know, you gotta like I'm like season 3, somewhere in there. The little girl Ari or whatever with the horn on her head, somewhere in there. They're like raiding the mafia building. I'll finish at some point. But we got another 5 months, and I put a poll up for this one a little earlier. It's from New AZ Chief. Cross Guild versus the Revs. Who you got? I got the Revs personally.
Cross Guild versus the Revs?
Yeah. As they are now, I feel like you have to go Revs. You know,
I want to go Revs because I got to give into the Dragon hype.
It's hype versus hype for real. Like if we're
it's
being
hype
real.
versus hype,
and then,
I think Dragon has the bigger hype.
And even beyond that, I feel like the Revs just have a more fleshed out and stronger fighting force for the most part. Now, for what I think the Cross Guild becomes, it might be a different story, right? Because you know me, I think they get Neo Mads. I think they get a couple more Shichibukai members. Like I think they get a couple real interesting fighting forces added to them, which would make it a little different. But as they are now, I think you have to go Revs. They're more organized. They have more consistent mid-tier fighters, in my opinion. And obviously, I'm not a big Sabo guy, but I already scaled him over Doflamingo in this call. So, like, I got to go with them. I don't think the Cross Guild has anybody Doflamingo level besides Mihawk. So, unless I'm really upscaling Crocodile. So, you know, got to give it to the Revs. All right. Especially if they got, like, Kuma. I guess we're not giving them Kuma, but they're giving them Ivankov. So,
yeah.
Next, we got Big Meatball. How far does Gojo go in One Piece without Conqueror's Haki? All right, so disclaimer, me and Larry are anime only for JJK, so we don't have like full JJK and Gojo capability knowledge, but we do know about Infinity and stuff. He go pretty far with Infinity, I ain't gonna lie. Like, there's a lot that can be done with that in the One Piece world. I fear his durability overall in the One Piece world. Like if he gets caught clean, like it might be a problem. And
yeah, for sure.
Just because he doesn't have Conqueror's Haki doesn't mean he wouldn't have the equivalent of what like armament or observation Haki would be. And with his eyes, I would say his observation Haki should be extremely high. So I'd say upper warlord level, able to fight an admiral even. I just don't know if he's winning those fights, but I'd scale him pretty much up there. I just fear about him taking damage for real.
Yeah, without Conqueror's Haki, I think that's unfair. It's kind of like we're limiting Satoru.
Why? I feel like he would have it, personally.
Yeah, I feel like he would have it. He was born for sure with it, in my opinion. But if he doesn't have Conqueror's Haki, I don't think he gets to Admiral level, high Admiral level. He beats most Admirals. He just loses to Yonkos, who are like really experienced in Conqueror's Haki and can utilize it to a very high degree. I think he loses to them, but like he's even without Conqueror's Haki, he's like basically up there, you know, because he's still gonna have armament, still gonna have observation, obviously. So Toto is like one of his whole verse is scared him.
Right. He's like the boogeyman. And not in a way that they were like, oh, that's Kakashi. Like it's like, yo, we have to game plan to account for his existence in any situation that we're in. Like, it's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's got closer to the fourth Hokage's clout in his verse. You know, like a do not engage order kind of a thing going on. So
what I've learned through my deep dives of just JJK recently, this man is he's required in Jujutsu Kaisen. Like his being, his ability is to be required in order to balance out the world. Like out of all the nations that use cursed energy, from what I'm now seeing, they also accumulate that to world power. And Japan happens to be very fit in their world because of Sotoru. Like he's at this point where it's him, Star Vessels, and Tengen. And if they're not all there, then a lot of the things fall apart in the world, especially for Japan. His ability with Infinity, he's gotten so ridiculously good at it that I can't see anybody being able to use their abilities on him and they just work. Like, and the fact is, he can fly. He can literally get stabbed in the face, in the head, and then use reverse cursed energy and regenerate that brain matter that he lost and bring himself back to life. He's incredibly fast over long distances. He could cover so much. Like, he's insanely fast. Not only that, he can also do his domain expansion, which then he's even faster than he usually is. And he can, and domain expansion for him is like introducing somebody to infinity. So therefore, once they're introduced to it, they have to take in information at such a high speed that it basically it makes them it incapacitates them. Like the one time he did it versus Hanami and Jogo in Shibuya.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm like pronouncing these names
you're
wrong.
good. I feel like you got all that right.
When he did his domain expansion, he had to limit it to, I think, 1/4 of a second, because if he did it any longer, he would hurt the people he wasn't
the
trying
innocent
to hurt
people
around them,
like the civilians.
Yes,
I remember.
And apparently, they went unconscious for 6 months off rip, and he limited himself. So when I look at it from that instance, it's like, yo, he might not be able to like power through somebody like Kaido or Shanks or like some of these really top tier guys, but he's dominating almost everybody else in the verse. Like, it's hard. And his ability doesn't even count on his physical strength. It's really just infinity itself is so overpowered. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. All right. And yeah, stop limiting people who would probably have conquerors. Another 5 from Asterio Jack. If you could fight one character in anime you got beef with, who would you choose and why? I said Naraku when we got this question a while back, and I feel like the younger audience doesn't really understand the beef. But hate Naraku, bro. Always hated Naraku. Couldn't stand that he was always sliming his way back into stuff. And his reasoning for being a villain was kind of dumb for me. So I'm sliming Naraku for sure.
Just to spread the hate for him. Takamichi. I stand on
Takamichi. Oh man.
That man needs to be bodied just for the principle of it.
I'm with it, bro. Get him out of here. Pack watch. Or Riboku from Kingdom. Sliming him. Hate that dude.
Another valid one.
Hate that dude with a passion.
I don't think I really hate anybody like that.
Okay. Listen, I got a lot more.
I think I kind of like, I kind of love all of them. I can't even think of like an annoying character.
Listen, Spandam. Listen, I got characters I would beat the crap out of, bro. For fun.
Oh, you know who I beat the crap out of? Guts' father figure, Gambino.
Guts has a father figure named Gambino?
Yeah, he was the dude that adopted Guts after Guts. I don't know how to say this without sounding like vulgar, but after Guts fell out of his biological mother under a tree. He picked him up, raised him to a certain age, and then he trafficked him.
Like sex
to
traffic?
Yeah, to somebody within their platoon.
Damn. Okay, valid beef.
So
Valid
Gambino,
beef.
for sure.
Valid beef. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another 5 from Inferno Knight. What's the strongest attack Barto's barrier can block? I think it can block Kid's railgun and Divine Departure. And is the King Punch haki? Okay. I personally don't think it can block Divine Departure at all. Kid's railgun? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Ain't no haki. Ain't no haki there. Assumedly.
If Oda didn't plot out that Odin attack, I swear, bro, we would never have conversations like this ever. It would never get brought up.
Divine Departure is crazy, bro.
Never, bro.
That's the Pirate King we talking about. You know,
this is the same barrier that had a hard time against Doflamingo's birdcage, but for some reason, Odin can't break it. Okay.
Listen, man.
Shout out to the berry fruit, bro. Top 5, and Gucci not top 5.
All right, and I think our last super chat before we get back to calls is another 2 from Asterio. It says Gojo would be top 5 in the One Piece verse. His power is crazy. Yeah. That's more similar to what Larry was speaking to. All right, let's get back to calls. Let's get Caleb in here. He's been waiting a while. Caleb, talk to me. All right, and I think our last super chat. Make sure you mute the call in the back, please. Stream in the back. Top 5 for One Piece verse. His power is crazy. Yo, Caleb, bro, lock in.
What's going on, man? My bad.
You good?
What's up, Caleb?
How y'all been?
Chilling, man.
Good, man. Thank you for calling.
Thanks for having me, man. I've been listening for a few years now. Y'all have carried me through a lot of times.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is your first call-in, so welcome. I know you got gifted in, so if you want to become like a guaranteed caller going forward, definitely become a tiered member on the Discord. But you have a question, a theory, a rant, or just something you want to talk about? What's up?
I got a question for y'all, and I got a question specifically for Larry, if we can get to it.
Okay.
I'll start off. What y'all think about switching Law and Zoro on in Onigashima? What do you think happens in those situations?
On Onigashima, switching Law and Zoro?
So Law is now fighting King, and Zoro is now helping Kid fight Big Mom?
Big Mom, yeah.
Okay.
I think Zoro and Kid end up pushing Big Mom out of the island still. I don't think he straight up defeats her. And then Law loses to King.
You think Law loses?
Yeah, 100%.
I think I agree with the Zoro Kid. I actually think it's easier than with Law and Kid, to be honest. Not too much easier, but a little bit easier. And I low-key think Law also has an easier time with King than Zoro did. At least up until he, like unlocked his haki and stuff.
Yeah.
It comes down to me about the genetics and how they would work. So like can Law like switch out the flame? Can his Kroom bypass King's defenses? To me, he has more counters to King than Zoro does. Zoro has the overwhelming more like power to hurt King and do major long lasting damage. Law has the easier means to just land and hurt him than Zoro does. And he also has the means to land in a way that Joe was talking about in our stream before. Like, okay, so say Law lands or sets it up for himself to land the like that big attack that he landed on Virgo. right? And cuts King in half. Like, I don't know that King... Like, is King's haki strong enough to protect him from that? Is his Lunarian DNA strong enough to protect him from that? Does it matter whether it can protect him from that? Because King doesn't have the haki that like Kaido and Big Mom have to prevent Law from utilizing his ability on him in the way that he could, right? So then it's like, how does the Lunarian DNA counter or match up against Law's Opie fruit? And I just don't know what the answer to that is. Like, I'm under the belief that even if King's Flames was on, Gamma Knife would still work on him because it's internal damage. You know what I mean? Same thing with Kroon.
I agree.
So it comes down to, would King feel the need to use the flame off to get to Law more consistently? And in that mode, when he's more vulnerable, can Law land a game-changing, fight-ending attack? Or does he even need to? Because again, just the way the Devil Fruit would match up against the actual Lunarian abilities. As far as Kid and Zoro versus Big Mom, I think obviously Zoro's gonna have to tap into his King of Hell style, where he's utilizing more advanced Conqueror's haki consistently in the fight, and with added help with Kid, it might be a little easier for him to land because Big Mom isn't as fast or isn't moving around the way that like King was able to or was doing. But will he render her unconscious? Probably not. Will he knock her out? Probably not. And then can they get her off the island? I don't know. It's tough, but now you're fighting in a way that it allows for more in the pocket fighting without overall hacks to placate. And I do think Law's overall hacks made it easier for Kid to land. Now it's more Zoro having to compete with Big Mom without hacks, just with raw power with his Conqueror's haki. And I don't think his Conqueror's haki is as strong as hers, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I think the hacks kind of help them more, even if I think Zoro is stronger than Law. I think matchup wise, I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's fair. That's fair. I say like I can agree with you on the hacks from the hacks aspect of it, just because like to begin with the hole that Big Mom ends up falling down through because of Law's sword, right? Like he puts the initial hole in there, and then Kid blasts her down through, and then like the bombs and stuff. At the same time, though, I could say that like we saw Kid like before she added or it took like a year of her life to like boost herself up, like break her arm, you know. And if Kid himself could do that, I'm assuming Zoro could, especially if he taps into the King of Hell stuff, could put some work in and damage her. At the end of the day, like you said, they're not necessarily fighting to beat her. It's more like it's just, can they ring her out? That was their objective from the jump, even on the roof. Yeah, I think maybe that's a little bit closer, like rethinking it than I initially thought. But the Law, at least for Law, I mean, let's say King goes flames off. I don't know. Yeah, sure. I don't know that Law is fast enough to land a game-changing hit on him. But at the same time, if he has his room up, you know, he can just move around him and pretty much basically be almost as fast as him. Maybe not as fast as him, but almost as fast as him. And you know, be able to maybe get a hit or two. And all he needs to do, I don't think the biology would personally stop Law's fruit. I don't know if we saw enough of that, because I know it's not the same. It's after a loss, but I seen Green Bull, you know, just sucking the water out of him or whatever, like he was to Queen and everybody else, and draining him. And if he can do that, why wouldn't his constitution be able to stop that? Then I think Law's, you know, crazy as the OP fruit is, I think would be able to do enough damage to get by.
Okay.
I'll say this real quick, just like to counteract that. Every time Gamma Knife was used and landed, it was always with somebody else helping during that fight. So Doflamingo versus Luffy and Law. Law actually switched himself out with Luffy in order to land Gamma Knife and did so, right? From what I believe. And then with Kaido, it was also he just did an injection shot, but then Kaido was also in his big form, so he couldn't like really dodge it, and plus he wasn't really dodging from jump anyway. And then who else did he do it with? He only did it twice, right? Gamma Knife, if I'm not mistaken.
He did it. Yeah, he did it. I don't even. Did he do it to Big Mom? I don't think so.
No, he didn't do it to Big Mom.
Yeah.
So it's like he could definitely like get Gamma Knife on King, and then King would get hurt from the Gamma Knife for sure. But remember, Law's versus him one-on-one. So most of these attacks that Law got off are probably not going to get off on King unless Law somehow, some way is faster than Sanji in his raid suit that King was easily able to compete with speed-wise. So if you think Germa suit Sanji is faster than Law, then you would have to assume that King is going to be able to easily keep up with anything that Law throws out. Unless King lets himself get tagged. And I don't think that's going to happen because he just doesn't always let that happen, even though he's incredibly durable. So I get that Law does have some moves that could hurt him, but that's if he catches him.
Yeah. Okay. That's a fair point. I mean, I'll definitely think it over, but I think it's still a good chance on each side. My main concern originally with Zoro and Kid was if she used the misery attack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was Law using his fruit that allowed him to cut it. If it was just haki, if Zoro's haki would be enough to cut through that to or would it be like even tangible, like for the swords to like clash with? You know what I mean? So that was the main concern. But for them to just bring her out, I think they could still do it. Still be tough. It would still be tough. But and for Big Mom, for King and Law, I think he could do it, man. I think a not necessarily Gamma Knife, but definitely like Puncture Willie could get the job done. But I'm also
He'd have to catch him.
You gotta catch him.
He'd have to catch him.
You gotta catch him.
You gotta catch him. That's the real point. If he catches him, then I can see it happening. But I do want to change my answer on the Big Mom fight with Zoro and Kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think she actually beats them. I don't think she gets put out.
Okay.
The reason why is because, like Sebastian said, and he's absolutely correct. Even though Zoro is stronger than like Law at that moment to fight with Big Mom, I think he was so suited in order to ring her out that, for example, what was the cloud's name? Hera wouldn't save her.
Mm-hmm.
Hera wouldn't save her from falling because Law ended up using Corazon's ability to shut off her ability to speak or hear anything. Right? Like on Big Mom. So she was calling out for Hera, but Hera couldn't come and get her. If Hera did come and get her, she would have went right back up through the hole and she would have just mopped them because they already admitted they weren't able to compete with her if she did get back up. So I think Zoro, Big Mom is also put in a position where she now has to fight with her own Conqueror's haki, which is a very, very different fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that he beats her, especially with Kid's help. It just doesn't work because a lot of the reason why I would say Big Mom's arm broke because Kid rammed that bull into her is because Law ended up using Shock Willie on that same arm previously, right before that attack. So it's like there were so many advantages because of the hacks that they were able to ring her out and not defeat her, where Zoro has to defeat her because he's not strategically intelligent and neither is Kid. So they're just going to power their way through her and they're not going to be able to do that.
That's a good point. The calling the homies thing, that's a really good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. At the same time though, Law did cut them in half, similar to how
so did Zoro
on the roof. Yeah, so did right. Zoro was cutting up
Prometheus.
Sons and Prometheus again and again.
But it's because he knows how to cut fire, but I don't know if he knows how to I don't know if a cloud can just like,
It's
yeah. That's fair.
recompose
at
itself.
at that point, we're just banking on the haki and stuff, and that's not like we can't really confirm that. It would be speculation, but that's a really good point.
Yeah.
I did not think about that at all. I guess that's one of those things where you have to depend on the hacks in order to get to that outcome.
Yeah,
hacks still matters, y'all. Still matters a little bit, just for now. For now.
Forever. I don't think it's never gonna not matter.
Hey, man, there's some hockey situations that's gonna be important.
For sure. But there's definitely some people in the story at this point are definitely gonna need some hacks to stay in order to stay relevant. Because I don't see not necessarily. I wouldn't call someone like Brook, for example, like have hacks, but like he's not gonna. The whole crew's not gonna glow up with Conqueror's haki at this point in the story. Like we're way past that. Everybody has their role to play, but there are like battles that have been lined up, like foreseen. Like Blackbeard's clue, for example. There's a polar opposite for everybody. So if we know those matchups are coming some way, shape, or form, and they're gonna have to depend on their own little gag-ish hacks, I guess. Not necessarily like hacks like Law, but yeah, for sure though, haki over everything.
All right, man. Caleb, definitely enjoyed this one, man. Definitely call in again if you get a chance.
Oh, he had a question for me though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. If we got time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I want to know if you still feel the same about Garp. Last time, I mean, the last thing I remember you, and if you hadn't had anything to say about him, you weren't rocking with him. So I was just curious to see what your opinion is of him now, as far as we are, having seen a little bit more like the past stuff.
I think my stance still stands, but I'm more so understanding that it wasn't always like that for him. He didn't know a lot about much that happened previous to God Valley. I think after God Valley, I can see why he's doing what he's doing, but it's sort of like being the like vice head or vice admiral of an organization that's handling the Holocaust. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I need to make sure the people that are like getting hired for this job are okay people, but like this event is still gonna happen, and I'm not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah,
it's like okay, and then it's like, yeah, and I'm gonna indoctrinate my children and their children and children that aren't mine into this same system as more catastrophes happen like this. And it's like, you good? Do you agree with this? I don't know, bro. Like, I gotta question you just a little bit. Like, are you the dude going to these houses and asking people what nationality they are so you could just bring them back? You might look like I just don't. I feel very much the same, but I do give him a little bit of credit that he didn't know about it before.
Yeah, my thing, like having like obviously full circle, finally getting a God Valley flashback and all that, and even getting a little glimpse into like Dragon and how everything that took place. I actually liked him a little less. Like obviously, like the animation from the Aokiji fight and all their flashback. Like it's hard not to be drawn into him as a character because you see the confliction, like going all the way back to when he ran into Luffy at Water 7 and Marineford and all that. But knowing about the slavery, knowing about like let alone slavery, like literally hunting people down for sport and all that stuff, and still choosing just to like stay in your place, and yeah, you do good, but you let all this go on around you since then, even still. It's like it's hard to like have like a really favorable opinion of him outside of just him being strong.
It's
But yeah,
it's
I
tough with
do want
Garp,
to see
man. It's tough with Garp, in my opinion, because he's like trying to live the best life he can while he's in this like compartmentalized institution of the world government. So it's like, I don't want to be a pirate. I'm trying to protect civilians as best as I can, and to him, this is the best way to do it. It's just flawed, and it's like, unless all the things that Luffy's gonna accomplish in conjunction with all the things that Dragon is actively accomplishing, in conjunction with all this fate stuff that's going down happens, like there can actually be change because Garp isn't, you know what I mean? Like he couldn't actually make that change, you know what I'm saying? Like he'd try, but what would he have actually been able to do, in my opinion? So in his mind, he went with whatever the best route would be from there, which would stay with the world government, protect as many Marines as possible, and still protect as many people as possible. But I don't be mad at y'all for feeling a way about Garp because it's tough, you know. But he's still in this system because this is the best that they can do for now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, Dragon has the right plan. I think with the
does he? I mean, he
so.
does, right? So. But it's like,
yeah.
Look, and again, this is future sight, and it's unfair to Dragon to even say this, right? Dragon's not going to be able to accomplish anything without Luffy.
Yeah,
and that's 100%. Not a part of the plan. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's not. It's just not. It's just all gonna end up working out for them in the end because of actions Luffy takes completely separate to anything Dragon kind of really had any involvement in. And I'm not trying to shade him for that. That's just kind of how the story is gonna make itself out. Because ultimately, without somebody finding the One Piece, unlocking the Joy Boy Devil Fruit, uniting all these people, I'm not trying to shade, but he wouldn't be able to overthrow the world government. Like he just wouldn't. So it's like he's necessary piece of the plan, but like as a plan by itself, it's not enough. You know what I'm saying?
It's not. And I think I mean that's exactly why Garp is where he is, because at the end of the day, the Marines, the world government is the only organization with the resources to even do what Garp wants, which is to protect, all the innocent people that are out there. But he's still working for the devil, like you're sacrificing a few to protect the many. And Dragon doesn't know that his objective is gonna cross over with Luffy's to some extent. I mean, maybe he does actually. I think to some degree he has to know something, because they can't be, this opposed as opposed to the world government as they are just off of God Valley now at this point. Like they definitely know some certain aspects of the history and what they're missing out there, what the world government is hiding. So maybe he actually, I don't know if he knows that it's Luffy per se, but I think he does have some inkling as to what he might need outside of just the revolutionaries. But yeah, it is tough for Garp. Long story short, it definitely is tough for Garp. I can't hate him, but it's just tough to like really look at him and be like, you watched Ace die, you could have stopped that. You watched, like, now we know that you saw all this stuff that happened to Kuma and Rocks and everything, and you still kept going on. It's hard to really look at him like favorably, like I said, but I get it.
I feel you.
Oda knows what he's doing.
Yeah. All right, Caleb. Have a good night, man, and thank you for calling.
Appreciate
y'all,
man.
man. I hope we keep giving you that same feeling that you mentioned before about how we kept you going. So, people like you and fans like you keep us going. So, it's very much a mutual relationship, bro. So, thank you for even being with us for so long. I hope we don't fail you in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all, man. Y'all never have done that, and look forward to tuning in again and again. I'm definitely be back up here when I can.
All right, man. I'll see you later, bro.
All right, bro. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah, you too. Peace.
Peace.
All right. We got a couple more super chats. We got 2 from Mysterio Jack. Larry Loki wanted to say Goku for a fight. LOL. Fighting Goku is crazy. Fighting Goku is absolutely insane, bro.
I'm not fighting Goku.
I hear you're strong.
Even if I wanted to. There's
Why you want to fight Goku, man? Another 5 from Harember IP. It says, did we not see Shanks break Barto's barrier in the chapter he gave him the poison, or am I tripping? It's assumed that Shanks was able to break the barrier. We didn't technically see it, but it is assumed. It's very basically commonly felt that Shanks casually broke the barrier for Barto. So, I don't know, man. Some people need to see it to believe it, All right, We got a couple more people in here. I do have a hard stop at 8, Larry. So we'll try to kind of speed run the rest of these. I do think Reggie J was the next person. So Reggie, you there?
Hey, how you guys doing?
How's it going, man?
Good, man. How about you?
Doing great. How about y'all?
Doing good, man. What's up, Reggie?
All right. Not much. I gotta make it quick because people's waiting and yeah, all that. My fault. I didn't expect to get pulled that quick.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, I can't even see me. Never mind. No video. All right. Yeah, basically,
I can't hear you, Reggie. I ain't gonna lie. You coming in mad choppy, bro.
No.
Talk again?
Choppy. Oh Lord.
Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you clear.
Yeah. Basically, I have a debate I've been trying to like get over with, but it's between basically with no haki, who has the best swordsman skills versus Zoro and Shanks.
No haki whatsoever?
Yeah, in this matchup. Because we was having a debate about swordsman skills with Mihawk and Zoro and Shanks and all that, but I'll explain that after I get you how it takes about it. Current right now.
I feel like we
I'd
don't
say Zoro.
Yeah, I don't think we
better swordsmanship.
Yeah, we don't see Shanks with we don't I consider Shanks a short swordsman, but all of his sword play is hockey based. We haven't seen any sword play from him at all without hockey being used.
Sebastian's trying to say we haven't seen the gentle blade techniques, that Mihawk has displayed.
I heard that too.
Which is swordsmanship. And then there's another technique. I forgot the other one. What is it?
That's me. Oh, I got you. Because people don't like AI, but even AI was saying the same things I was saying.
You know Allen Iverson?
The truth?
I wish, man. I want a pair too of the shoes. But no, either Google AI or ChatGPT, which I don't really rely on because Wikipedia days. But if you search it up right, you're gonna find the right things. It do have a lot of nonsense on there. I agree. Because even I was wrong about the Sanji versus Zoro speed thing, but that's another day. I'm trying to have people waiting. But the word Larry looking for is swordsmanship skill. Actually, I can't find it. I'm sorry about that. Prepared, but Seb, you said you kind of what you said on your part. I heard Larry because Larry's twin, so I'm glad you said what he said. Because
No, I agree.
Back and forth with this.
I agree with what Larry was saying about technique, skill. He mentioned specific blade styles like gentle blade and thing. We haven't seen any of that from Shanks, so I feel like by default we have to go Zoro. But that's more of a if we saw Shanks fight more, maybe the answer would be different.
Got you.
But we don't got it.
That's
especially if you're removing hockey from it entirely.
The fact. You told me that we ain't seen enough, but I'm telling them basically, even with the flashbacks we're gonna get and we've seen so far, right? You know what I'm saying? So the Shanks now is the pinnacle. It's the strongest Shanks we've ever seen. The flashback's not gonna change how strong he is now. It's gonna tell us and explain us how he got there because the Blackbeard fight, Loki, Harold and stuff. You feel me? But if we haven't no hockey, which Shanks had to grow stronger in, he utilized and everything. That's what he's best known for. Even though he uses a sword with the hockey, you take away the hockey, sword play, one arm. Zoro, I can name 9 Zoro, 3 sword style attacks, one sword, 2 swords. I'll sleep over here doing research about the same guy that brought me back to One Piece that I know about. But I love the server, I love the community. Get the XP up there. I'm gonna be a straw hat soon by this year, big 26. But I gotta stop. I'm taking too long, and I wasn't prepared enough. I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, boys.
Good, man.
No, you're good, bro.
Reggie, bro.
I gotta come better than that, bro.
Nah, you're good, man.
Yeah.
So, my bad. It's the strong blade and the gentle blade, which is part of his swordsmanship of being the strongest swordsman in the world. And it's funny. I was just watching Shonen Showdown's Instagram reel earlier today, and he was speaking on the Mihawk strength versus Shanks' strength. And I said to myself, I was like, why did I never bring up this point? I was like, if Mihawk is the world's strongest swordsman, right? Does that generally connect to haki? And I wasn't fully convinced. And the reason why that was because with Shanks, I don't know how to phrase this, but it's like if a swordsman didn't have Conqueror's haki, could he truly be stronger than Roger or Rocks or Shanks? But they were
Trent, keep
labeled the
talking.
world's strongest swordsman in the world. Like if they didn't have Conqueror's haki at all, like let's say Mihawk doesn't have Conqueror's haki at all, could he really reach a person who does use a sword and does have Conqueror's haki and can utilize it to where they're creating critical mass Supreme King haki and using it flawlessly?
Levels, yes.
Does
Keep him,
that
Trent.
mean hockey and swordsmanship is one of one? Because if not, then that means they're separate. And to me, that screams why people like Rocks, Roger, and Shanks specifically are so hockey focused instead of swordsmanship focused. And I think a lot of people like to bring that topic in that they're the same thing. One can't exist without the other. And I don't think that's necessarily true anymore. I used to think that it might be, but then I came to that conclusion. I was like, if that person just doesn't have Conqueror's haki, they're just never going to be able to amount to somebody that does have it.
Narrative wise,
Because
because it's the story. Keep
So
talking,
to me, I think
yeah.
Zoro does have the swordsmanship over somebody like Shanks right now. Because it seems like he does
With more
know
hockey.
these blade techniques, which is strong blade and gentle blade, where like Rocks, he just throwing that sword around, bro. Like and he's using
Hey, you took away
haki
their swords.
from it.
Mhm.
You took away their swords. Who's finding out their swords? Out of Mihawk, Zoro, Rocks, and Roger.
Yeah.
I'm just hitting them with straight facts. I watch our show for like 3 years, bro. I don't know if I'm tripping or not. I don't know, but they call it hit cannon. Hey, I'll take it.
These are Pirate King level people, bro. You take their swords away, they still gonna be Pirate King Yako level, bro. Like what we talking about? You know what I mean? Like you're telling me Roger can't bang without his sword, man? Like I'm sorry,
I'm saying, but
I can't accept that.
Now you got Zoro and then Mihawk without their swords. Are they boxing anybody?
Not at that level.
I don't know why I'm tripping in the Discord, but I guess I love it. Free XP, baby. Like bro, I'll be up all night debating, bro. My bad said, bro. You know what we talked about, but I'll be up all night debating, bro. And rewatching you feel me, the pod.
You good?
Yeah, I just think that
but
you're always going to get into that conversation where people are like, well, let me ask you, does Mihawk have Conqueror's haki? And it's like, I'm not saying that he doesn't or if he does. I'm saying if you removed Mihawk from the equation and there was a person that had the greatest swordsmanship in the world, but he didn't have the haki attached, would haki and swordsmanship be the same thing? Can one exist without the other? And I think people just don't like to admit that they are separate and they can't exist without the other.
take them to the Murray show at this point.
Yeah. So that's how I've been looking at it so far.
Oh God, bro. Because I love hearing people POV, and we could agree to disagree, but like facts is facts. You can't fight it with opinion and feelings, bro. You gotta keep your feelings in your back pocket and just like, you feel me? Whatever you stand on, and if it breaks apart, you're gonna fall. That's it.
And I think the major so the thing is when you're stuck in debate and you're like going back with someone about like facts and the things that are said and like quotes and feats and
Review
narrative
cards,
and
panels.
all that stuff, right? It's always like a versus thing where it's realistically you're both trying to come to a conclusion of like what's the highest likelihood of this happening or if this is true. And sometimes people like to get so caught up in like the versus aspect and instead of saying, you know what, bro? Like Shanks didn't beat Mihawk and Mihawk didn't beat Shanks.
Blackberry either.
But at the end of the day, if Mihawk is the better swordsman than Shanks, then Shanks has the better haki, yet Mihawk wasn't able to overcome him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That kind of makes sense. And then Shanks gets stronger after this with his one arm. Like he reaches a higher status in the world. He's versing other people who have these same type of conqueror's haki aspects that he does, and he's not getting whooped. I don't know. That seems like maybe just being a swordsman and having whatever haki you have isn't enough. Maybe you need to reach a higher height. And so many people get, and this is the thing too, even now that we have more information, Mihawk and Shanks could have fought within 4 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years. That's it. That's all the time they had to fight. And meanwhile, that was right after Shanks had lost, lost the you know what I'm saying? Like he just came back from like Mary Jo. I don't know. I just feel like there's too many facts in a way now to say like this title is supposed to be what it is, and then we automatically go, okay, well, Vista isn't any competition to Mihawk. Meanwhile, it's quoted by Oda that he has swordsmanship that's relevant to Mihawk. So do we upscale Vista? I don't know. It's a lot of it's a lot of pick and choosing. It's a lot of pick and choosing, and I think that's why I don't like that.
The downplay, the big up, pretty toxic. I'm saying, but don't say myself.
Yeah, I just like me and Sebastian have said this before. It's really just like, are you a boxer or you're a martial artist? Like, are you in the MMA? Because like, if you just box, you can be Floyd Mayweather all you want, and then you step into the ring, and then you got to fight Conor McGregor on the floor, and then you just lose.
2-piece extra crispy.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
No drink with the biscuit. Keep going. I love it, bro. I love this. No, because like when you write and you have people like, I'm saying, you get it, bro. You get this all the time. Because I already wish I was more active back then for real. I was going through my stuff, but I'm glad I'm active now. This like, even though I'm in the voice chat and like I'm saying with the debates, it still helps us therapy because we could talk regular stuff, anime, whatever. So y'all got a beautiful community, dog. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Thank you,
Either
man.
they roast you or not. Like,
thank you, man.
No, of
Listen,
course.
you're a part of that.
Of course. I was telling Plastic yesterday too, even though I apologize for him, but it's all love. But he shouted me out yesterday in JD and up on Chris. But nah, for real, man. That's a beautiful thing for real, man. Like, like, bro, I got people on all night debating, jiffing. Like, this is the place to be. I ain't gonna lie. My homeboy said, "Yeah, you needed this." I said, "You damn right." Oh, you dang right. I'm sorry, I'm taking too long. I don't know if you have anything to say. I feel bad for the other people, but I gotta be more prepared. But I love this. I'm saying this chit chat.
No, you good, man. I do got to get some more callers because I do kind of have a hard stop at like 8, maybe 8:05. So Reggie, I'm gonna let you go. All right.
Thank you, Reg.
One more thing, no problem. Look out for up on Chris because I think he got pulled but dropped. But Reg out, Zoro go.
All right,
man. See you, bro.
See you, dog.
All right. Yeah, up one is next. We did get a super chat come in. We got a Yonko join the crew in Corey Corazzo. So thank you. Welcome. Enjoy all the emojis that come with being a Yonko. And we got 5 from Inferno Knight. It says, what would a Buggy and Shanks interaction be like currently? Does Shanks know Buggy is a fraud? And does Shanks consider him an enemy or a friend? Shanks knows how strong Buggy is. His observation haki is too strong for him to have any other thought processes. And I think he consider him a friend. So I think he's happy for him.
Yeah.
Like, wow, like I'm at the top of the pirate world and one of my friends that I wanted to bring along with me is here. So, all right, let's get up one in here. Up one, you there?
Yo, hello.
What's going on, bro?
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, my bad for earlier, man. I had to talk to my lady.
No, you're good.
You good?
So, I really didn't have nothing to talk about. Just kind of wanted to talk, but I got a matchup for you guys.
Okay.
I just want to hear your thoughts. So I got Rob Lucci, the Rob Lucci we see in Egghead, of course, versus Pitou from Hunter x Hunter. I know you don't watch it like that, Seb. So
you said PETA?
I need you to hear Pitou.
Okay.
The cat thing, the chimera ant.
Okay. Larry, I'm gonna have to lean on you, bro. I don't know what Pitou.
Who are the two people? Pitou versus who?
Pitou versus Rob Lucci.
Rob Lucci.
I know that Pitou is the one that clipped Kite, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah. No,
Right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all ears. Like, bro, me and Villain got into this like heated.
I will say
it's hard, bro. It's hard.
I think I'm going to have to say Lucci.
Okay.
That's a good. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I think I say Lucci based off of the fact that like One Piece's verse, they are so damn fast and they're so damn strong. Pitou's verse, they're pretty strong, pretty quick, but they like if you think Usopp dodging Anel's lightning strike means that he's super fast, or like Luffy after the time skip at Sabori Archipelago is dodging 3 laser beams with ease from Kuma, the Pacifista. Lucci's faster than both of those people. You know what I'm saying?
That's
by
what
a
I'm
large
saying,
amount.
So Villain's like, well, it wasn't just Villain. I'm just gonna use his name because that's irrelevant. I remember, but it wasn't just Villain. So it was like something that was brought up was Pitou was managed to jump up in the air and like have a moment until Netero smacked her down, and that was in a moment within itself of like 1 second.
Yeah.
So like they were trying to use that as a speed feat. I'm saying like that's still not faster than Lucci. And then we branched off into another matchup of Hisoka versus Lucci.
Yeah. It's just not happening, bro. I think they're just heavily outclassed by One Piece characters. They're just they're insanely fast. Insanely fast.
All right, so I got one more. Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I'm just saying I got one more. My apologies.
I would say I feel like the only way Pitou's gonna technically win that is with actually I don't know. Spoilers, I should say. But is the after like with what she did with Gon, like that's gonna be the only way Pitou I feel like is gonna have a hand in possibly ending Lucci. But that'd be at a great cost. I'll just say that.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah, I tiptoeing around spoilers. I love it because I don't know nothing about nothing.
I'm trying to say as little as I can. Larry will know what I'm talking about, though. He knows the scene. But that's the only way I feel like Pitou would win, but at a big cost.
Okay. Vague is all hell, but I'll take it.
I mean, like at the end of the day, it's got to be one or the other, right? So I'll take that answer. And then the last one I got, this is one that we was really going at it for like a 2 hour 30 minutes. We got Luffy going against Gojo.
Luffy versus Gojo?
Yes.
Luffy.
I got Luffy, but I'm biased. I'm also not caught up in JJK. So
well,
I think in that one I gotta say Gojo.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Like why are you saying Gojo?
Luffy's not getting close to Gojo with Infinity. Luffy's whole thing is he actually has to connect his hits. You could use Rio with the not having to fully connect, but that's still within the range of Gojo being able to just stop him. In my opinion.
Gojo in 5.
Gojo in 5, Toby? Okay.
Yeah, heavily underestimating the power of Toon Force, bro.
Hold on, Larry.
Y'all talking about Infinity? Toon Force don't care about Infinity.
No, I was about to say, like,
what?
You think he could push it back at him? Luffy could probably eat it, man.
Yeah, he could probably eat the Infinity.
He's eating Infinity. Y'all are...
So what I was looking at it, I was trying to like focus on the fight without Gear 5 because it's kind of like a bailout.
What?
But
if Gear 5, if Gear
it's a
5
bailout.
Oh, yeah, it's Gojo.
No Gear 5? I got Gojo,
No
bro.
Gear 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Come on, what? You got to give him Gear 5.
Come on, bro. I think Gear 4 can take one
Gear
hit.
5.
Gear 4 would sleep. He slept.
Nah.
That'd be the thing, though.
Can I ask y'all this?
Gear 4 Luffy is not touching Gojo.
I'm gonna just pull a Larry real quick, just because I gotta do it. You already know it's coming. Gojo got Vajron gun type defenses, yo.
That's what
he good,
bro.
Luffy whip out an island-sized punch. This dude dealing with Shibuya cities.
No.
You know what I'm saying? He good.
Yeah, he's good. He's definitely good.
The only reason he's good is because he can teleport.
Listen.
The last question we had was Gojo without Conquerors, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're now inserting that he most likely has it. You know what I'm saying?
Are we giving Luffy cursed energy? What are we doing?
Listen, bro.
It's equalization. All right?
It don't matter what type of energy he got.
Yeah, you can't give one dude Conqueror's Haki. Luffy doesn't get the equivalent of whatever that would be for him in the JJK verse.
Yo, hold on. Let me cook. Low key, devil fruits are still called devil fruits, and with devil things,
are they cursed? Cursed energy.
And remember, Toji broke through Gojo's infinity with a cursed object. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Come on, bro.
Listen, man,
over
cooking, bro.
Kongon is not doing nothing.
I like the point of view, bro.
Listen, man.
Yeah, this is what I do, bro.
All I do know is, and I don't want to be that guy. You know, I'm gonna shut up. Never mind. I was gonna troll.
Oh, we need that. No, we need that.
Nah. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
Already stood up. Don't sit back down, bro.
It's a spoiler, so I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because JJK fans be spoiling. I know things I shouldn't know, so I was gonna troll, but I ain't gonna do it.
We all know.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny, bro.
I ain't gonna do it. But
yeah,
Chris,
that's crazy, man.
Appreciate you, bro. We got to get a couple more calls in. I got to wrap soon, so thank you for your
patience,
what you
gotta do,
man.
Go get some more cheeks.
All right, man.
Always talking about you got to go get cheeks.
Congrats, bro.
Nah, I don't lie, bro. That's not why I'm leaving this time.
Just want to say one thing. Big revolutionary. We ain't worried about no bounty hunters.
Man,
that's all I'm saying.
Rev K. Revolutionary K. I'm my chat,
nah,
y'all.
bro.
Get him out of here.
Bro. Come on now.
Oh my.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what that was about. Larry, you got to join Survivor, bro. It's so fun. Tell him, Toby. Tell him.
Yo, it's fun. It's so fun.
It's you chaotic. Muted. You muted, Larry.
Yeah, you muted.
It's so funny.
Apparently, I have to,
bro.
It's chaotic. It's fun. It's everything, bro.
You know how Chris set up the clans back in the day? Imagine it was used for good. That's what Survivor is.
Basically.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
He set up all these challenges too.
Yeah, bro. And the bounty hunters win all of them except that one time.
Yo, bounty hunter K. Y'all only won one, yo.
We won. Listen, we only have to go to tribal warfare, whatever, one time, man. Tribal council.
I think everybody's 1-1 though.
We only had to go once, bro. Y'all be in there. Y'all be in there.
We only had to go one. Oh no, we got one today.
Yeah, I got one today. I don't.
Yo, that's only because this challenge was 3 teams. That's the only reason we got second.
I couldn't tell you. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a part of that. We didn't have to deal with that. You know what I mean?
Yo, y'all got last challenge. So
no, we did.
If y'all did last challenge, y'all got 0.
Did you not show up to the last challenge, Toby?
No. When I say last challenge, I mean the one before that, not the one y'all just won.
You bringing up old stuff, bro.
Yo, y'all got you got.
Don't worry about that. All right, let's get a couple more calls in. I gotta get out of here. Let's get Alkazar in here. Alkazar, what's going on? AK, you there?
Hello? Yes.
There we go.
Hello. Pleasure to be.
Bro?
What's up, Larry?
How you doing, man?
Larry the GOAT.
They be so hype when Larry on camera, man. Look at him. He's so happy. They tired of seeing me, bro. They tired of me.
Oh, we love you, man. Except for in that Survivor game, you know.
Hey, listen, Larry. You know what the best part about Survivor is? They understand now that they can't let me win nothing. Y'all have known that forever. Y'all have known that since day one. They understand what it is now. Don't let me win nothing, bro. Ever. But go ahead.
You was talking the most.
You say that now, but I promise you're gonna be on Exile Island one day, and I'm gonna remember this moment.
Listen, I'm a target. I'm the only dude everybody know in Survivor, bro. I got a target on my back like I'm Kuma, but we still clutch.
That's not true.
But I still clutch though.
You give yourself too much credit.
I don't know. What was that one game we was playing where it's like we all pick characters and then like you attack somebody?
I got attacked early.
Me too. I got attacked round one. You know, so you're not the only one. All right.
Listen, man.
Hey, but yeah, I did want to share a Black Blade theory today.
Okay.
So this is a Black Blade creation theory. So Mihawk is known as the Marine Hunter, Zoro the Pirate Hunter. So they kind of mirror each other in that aspect. Zoro was not hunting pirates to make the world a better place, right? He did it to get stronger and drunker. Basically, it was a means to an end of becoming the strongest. That's why he hunted pirates. I believe Mihawk mirrors this path, but towards Marines. But his alcohol per se was revenge. So let me explain. So again, Zoro needed opponents to get stronger, but he needed the berries to get more drunk. I believe Mihawk hunted Marines for revenge. I believe he was searching for a certain person, and he just embraced the hunt because it also was a means of making him stronger and making him the strongest. I believe once he found this Marine, they engaged in a battle for their lives. Maybe this was the former strongest swordsman. And at the climax of that final clash, in that battle, between two conquerors, I believe it was, imagine Roger and Whitebeard clashing, but this is Mihawk and the former world's strongest swordsman. And during this clash of two conquerors, Mihawk overpowered the other, broke his supreme grade blade, killed him, and through that action, he made Yoru a Black Blade. And that's my Black Blade theory.
So you think, so just to get a full gauge of what the theory is, you believe you can only blacken the blade if you kill the previous world's strongest swordsman?
No, you have to kill a conqueror or break a supreme grade blade or do both.
Okay. Killing a conqueror or breaking a supreme grade blade. I love that. I actually really love that. I do. Because then it gives credence to Mihawk's title and the fact that he has the blade. It'll mean something more to us about, oh, well, his blade is black and other people not having it. It would make sense as to why all these other top tiers that we deem stronger than Mihawk don't have a black blade. And damn, I had a third thing. I forgot what it was. But no, I really do like that. I do.
Thank you. I was wondering why these blades are so rare. And two conquerors being in, a clash that's like breaking the seas or breaking the skies, and then one overpowers the others. That's an extremely rare moment, and it would kind of explain why there's only two Black Blades in history. I'm kind of leaning more on that. You have to break a supreme grade blade. Because there's not too many, and then what are the odds two conquerors have two supreme grade blades and then one breaks? It's just clearly there's some type of rare scenario where these Black Blades form. And then I also I want to talk to you guys about one of my worst takes. Really quick. I'll be,
Go ahead. That's funny. That's so
it was
funny.
a Jinbei one.
Which one was the
The
Jinbei
Jinbei-
one? I remember you had something that was crazy, bro. It was like Jinbei could be. Who'd you have Jinbei beating, bro? It was something wild.
No, it was a durability. I said Jinbei achieved Kaido level durability.
There it is.
When he broke who's fingers. Yes, and I have a very easy way to explain why I think that. Right? Okay, so Killer, he made Kaido bleed, right?
Mm-hmm. Did he?
Okay.
Internally.
I was like, did he? Yeah,
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, but regardless, he like broke through, Kaido's durability in one form or the other. Big Mom had a direct attack on Jinbei with Napoleon. With Napoleon, it wasn't a punch. Like she was punching Law and Kid is playing with him, like little bro. She hit him with Napoleon. Jinbei did not bleed. If you go back and you look, his arm is just smoking. It is not bleeding, right? I do not believe Killer is stronger than Big Mom, right? Yeah, okay, so Big Mom didn't make Jinbei bleed, yet who did? And Jinbei broke his fingers in that moment. But a weaker attack hurt Kaido. A weaker attack than what Jinbei broke, like the fingers that he broke, hurt Kaido. So yes, Jinbei achieved that level of durability in that moment. It doesn't mean Jinbei can hold that level of durability forever, but in a moment he can achieve or exceed that level of durability, and that's why I think that.
Alkazar, I love you.
Yes.
And I respect everything you're about in this world. You gotta put the weed down, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta set that to the side. Say no to drugs. Okay?
Hey man, faith is a hell of a drug. I got all faith in Jinbei.
That's it, bro. You wildin', man. I don't know I don't have words for you other than to stop doing drugs. That's really it. That's what that take said to me.
Hey man, Jinbei top 5
that you
durability.
would call in and stand on it again tells me that you haven't seen the light. You know what I'm saying?
I got nothing to say.
Everybody's calling him a fish man. I'm not gonna stand by and let people disrespect the most honorable
Ain't nothing
fish
wrong.
man. He was calling him the mighty
Ain't nothing
Jinbei.
wrong with being a fish man, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I mean, not a fish man, a firefighter. I'm sorry. He was not calling my go-to firefighter. Everybody's calling him, oh, he's just good for putting out fires. No, he's extremely durable. That's something.
Who said this?
They were making fun of Jinbei when he was on Onigashima for putting out the fire.
Oh my god.
He's gonna lose the queen.
Listen, man. Stop it. That's all
But yeah,
I
that's
can say.
what I want to share.
Stop. Just bro. Jinbei can't reach.
I don't want to take too much of your time.
Kaido level. You already did. Jinbei can't reach Kaido level durability, man. Okay. I think I need to hear you say it, bro.
Jinbei can't, or
he
can.
Cannot.
Or Jinbei has performed a haki durability feat nobody else has done.
All right, man. Alkazar, I'm gonna drop you, bro, but you have a good night and you think about this like long and hard.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna bring more evidence for you next time.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you, as always.
My man has such a dope theory and followed it up with that, bro. Hey, man. Shout out to Jinbei. Ah! You muted, Larry. Oh, man.
Shout out to Jinbei.
Shout out Monkey Jinbei.
That was horrible.
Hey, at least he's still 10 toes.
He's 10
with
toes.
it.
I respect it. He should have been higher on the list for the fact that he stood even harder on the take. What?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Ah, 3D. You've been patient all day, man. But you showed deafened, so I was scared to bring you up. Are you there? 3D going once. 3D going twice. Oh, I see movement.
I'm here.
There we go. All right. Yeah, I was worried about bringing you up because you showed deafened, so I didn't know if you could hear me or not. But what's going on, man? You're probably not our last caller, Because I did want to get Kekkers in here. He's been waiting for like 32 minutes, but like, talk to me.
Oh yeah. I had a little bit of words for the community. The One Piece community.
Okay.
To all the Sanji fans out there, Zoro is always going to be stronger than Sanji. And I'm just putting a little common sense out there. He's not going to be equal. He's always going to be number 3. Zoro's going to be number 2. It's okay for Sanji to be below Zoro. That's all I'm going to say here. And one other quick question though: what is y'all's favorite Naruto fight?
Ooh, that's a good favorite Naruto fight.
Yeah,
that's a good
it's easily
question.
Kakashi versus Obito, hands down one of the best anime fights of all time.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
I don't go that deep into Naruto, so I can't speak on it. Like I've never actually seen that fight. So I will only speak to the fights that I do know. And of them, the ones that came to mind for me were Neji versus Kidomaru, Rock Lee versus Gaara. This is like a group fight, but basically every fight that Hidan and Kakuzu were in. So like the Hidan and Kakuzu versus Asuma and his Jonin trio. And then, or Genin, I don't remember what they were. And then the Kakashi and Ina Shikocho versus Hidan and Kakuzu fight. After that, I feel like there was a lot of skirmishes I was into, but those are my favorite fights in Naruto. Honorable mention to Sasuke versus Deidara. Deidara got played. I'll never forgive Kishimoto for that. That was the most hacks technique I ever seen, and it was just like, nah, it didn't work. Sorry.
That fight was so good.
Yo, bro, it was like, if you breathe, you die. He was like, nah, I'm good. Also, Sasori versus Sakura was cool to me.
Yeah.
What about
Jiraiya? I think Madara's fights were fire. Madara versus Gaara, Naruto, Inoki when he first popped up. I really enjoyed that fight.
Are we including movies in this?
It's your question, bro.
I didn't say that.
Oh, I thought it was
that was Twilight. That was me.
Oh, my bad.
No, I never watched the movies, so I don't include those.
Okay.
Just a main
Because
anime.
the third movie, the third of the original Naruto movies, Lee has a fight near the end that I felt went real hard. Where he pulls up his he separates his staff and basically uses it to bounce around, hitting the dude. And it was goated.
I will say,
what about Jiraiya and Pain though? Y'all like that?
It was cool. I mean, favorite fight, nah, but like I enjoyed it. I was heavily like into it and impacted when like Jiraiya died, but like I don't think like fight wise it was anything too special. It was more like, damn, Jiraiya really about to get packed. I did also really like this is a really old Naruto fight, but Kakashi versus Zabuza when he was matching his jutsus, like hand signs. And then I think back then I liked the thought process behind like they're ninjas and like they have to think to win fights. And like Sasuke holding the shuriken. Like that was the first manga chapters I had ever read for any manga in my life. Naruto and Sasuke versus Zabuza and Haku. And Sasuke throwing the shuriken that ended up being Naruto. I was like, all right, I'm going to watch this because I like that. And I'm kind of upset that the show didn't continue down a path of like, we need to think to win fights in this way.
Right. It turned into who has the bigger jutsu or something.
Yeah. But I mean, it took a while to get there. So I wasn't too mad. But as you can see, a lot of the fights I chose were like older Naruto fights. I do need to watch Kakashi versus Obito because I do hear everybody say it's like top tier. So.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's the best fight ever. Like one of the best fights ever. The music, the choreograph, the sentimental value
is crazy.
It's in the animation, like, bruh, there's not a lot of fights I could say it's as good as that. And we're not talking about like we're cutting off panels where like people are talking to each other. Nah, bro. They're talking and fighting at the same time, constant movement. It's one of the best fights
I have
of
a
all time.
question for you, Larry, and I guess everybody else here, because I haven't watched or read this. Is the fight as good in the manga, or is it specifically like an anime specific, like this is the greatest anime fight I've ever seen? Because every time people talk about it, they're like, oh, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it. Like, obviously more people are into anime than manga, but I'm a bigger manga reader in general for most of my stuff.
You don't want to read the manga for this.
No? Okay.
The manga's not going to give you the music.
Okay.
It's not going to give you the hit sounds. It's not going to give you any of that, bro.
Okay.
It's pure heat from start to finish. Like, as soon as these boys do this, that ninja hand sign.
Okay.
Fine. Over, bro.
I've seen clips. Like, I've seen a bunch of clips of it. I've just never watched it, so.
Gotta watch it, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people will say it's the one of the, if not the best choreographed and filmed anime scene or anime fight in anime because of how smooth and just well put together it is all around.
Okay. Okay. 3D. Appreciate the call. Appreciate the patience. I know you were sitting there for a while. Again, sorry. I saw you were deaf and didn't want to jump you in here and you didn't have you couldn't hear me.
So. No, you're good. Yeah, y'all guys gotta watch Under Ninja. I don't know if anybody's watched that before.
What's it called? Under Ninja?
Yeah, and anime.
I'll add it to my list.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Under Ninja. Okay. All right.
I gotta take a dookie. I'm gonna leave.
Yo, all right, let's get Kekkers in here. He's been waiting a while. Kekkers, you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, talk to me, man. It's gotta be quick. I gotta go. But
all right, so
hit me.
My whole thing is revolving around what I believe Kobys' role is going to be end of series, and that is focused on basically the final war.
Okay.
I believe that what is going to be needed is a military commander for the Allied forces. Yeah, I'm right here.
Kekkers, you good?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, no, I can hear you. Go, continue.
Okay, so military commander. When we get the whole big war to Marijois, we're gonna have all of these different factions. We're gonna have pirates. We're gonna have the allied nations. Yes, Luffy is the big hero, but we are going to need someone who can actually organize the groups together for this big war. And there is only one character that I can think of in the entire series that literally every faction can have some level of respect for. And this is something which was shown in Film Red, and it was the way that Kobys is proving himself to be a leader. He's an inspiring figure. I believe he's the person who's going to get the Marines, the Revs, the different nations, and the pirates all working together.
Okay. I like it.
Any other character that literally every faction has a good opinion of.
A good opinion of?
Even Blackbeard has good things to say about Kobys.
No, I can't think of anyone who they have a good opinion. Mate? No, I was gonna say Vivi, but nah, probably not. Yeah, I guess he is kind of in the streets and involved with everybody. Both pirates, both Marines, both like kingdom of solemn nations and things. Like, I'm sure if he ran into the revolutionaries, it'd be a good vibe with them too. So
I think it's going to be like all the forces attacking Marijois, and they're going to be overwhelmed. And then Kobys going to arrive with the newly good Marines to join the fight and help organize everyone for like the second stage.
Okay. I still think he fights Buggy and wins. But that's me.
Really, Buggy? Why?
It's a Rocks parallel thing. I'm still banking on it.
Okay.
I had to say it to piss Larry off.
I'll say this also boils around Kobe defeating Akainu to get the Marines on his side to join the fight.
Yeah, that's a little too spicy for me, bro.
I really don't see anyone else capable of doing it narratively for me. It's
not Luffy?
No. All right, let's put it this way. If a pirate beats Akainu, then okay, it's just another pirate who's defeated a hero Marine. If a Revs does that, it's the same thing. If it's someone within the Marines standing up, saying that this is enough, defeating Akainu, and then rallying the forces to this is what we should be as Marines, narratively, to me, that's what it should be.
Okay.
Especially since Akainu tried to take him out.
It's true.
Yeah. This goes back to Marineford, where Kobe stood up against Akainu. And everyone at Marineford saw Kobe stand up to Akainu, but Kobe didn't have the physical capability to back up his beliefs. End of series, Kobe could have his beliefs backed up by power to change the world.
This is the kind of narrative storytelling that I love, and I typically would die for. But because you got Kobe beating Akainu, I'm butthurt about it. So I don't know how to feel.
To me, when you talk about can this character eventually beat this character, Kobe has the fastest power growth of any character in the series.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
If Oda thinks that this is what has happened, it'll happen. You can call bullshit on it. And I've called bullshit on many power
Kekkers language, man. Doubled up there.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's, to me, that is what Kobe's purpose in the series is for me.
Okay. So not only is he going to be the central commander of these united forces, but he'll also be the one to pack up Akainu.
Yeah. I don't see him really do much else afterwards.
Mhm.
I don't see him
You don't think he becomes
fighting
fleet admiral or anything?
Possibly.
You're
Fleet
saying
Admiral-
after that fight, he doesn't have a secondary fight where he's not one of the people that fights Emu.
No,
Okay.
I don't really think that. I think Akainu is his big fight.
Okay. You low key convincing me. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't like it. That's the Akainu stand in me. I don't like it, but I see it. I kind of see it.
It goes back to me with the whole Iroh saying who's supposed to beat his brother. It's it has to be someone who this person beating him will change things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So would Garp be the Iroh, I guess? No, it would have to be Dragon the Iroh? I don't know. I guess there's no Iroh.
Yeah.
There's no Iroh here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I kind of like it. I'm gonna feel away when it happens, but I kind of like it. I can see it. As long as he packs one more person up beforehand, I'll be okay.
Okay.
And if that person's Sabo, I'll be double okay. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Why Sabo? Oh, because you just want Sabo to get packed up.
I just don't like Sabo. It's a very
I got you.
punchable face to me. But Kekkers, thank you for your patience, man. I know you ended up getting in here from a donated caller stream, donation. But if you want to have a guaranteed spot in some of these call-ins, I mean, we'd love to hear more from you. Become a server tiered member at Warlord or higher, and we'll hear more from you then. All right?
Gotcha.
All right, man.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, have a good night. All right. That's all for callers. I did want to open it up to Tobi and Twilight. I hope y'all had fun. Technically, you guys get first dibs, or I guess last dibs in this case, on questions, rants, theories, or whatever. Anything y'all want to say before we close out, guys?
Well, I did have I guess with the quick time left, there's a small little thought I had that I thought of last night while I was just thinking of random theories and stuff. I had a theory way back about with the mural and the slaves that was shown harvesting something.
Mm-hmm.
What if the D's originated from that as the first set of people to escape and rebel?
Well, there is an era of slavery, right? For One Piece. There's a whole age of slavery that was, I guess, more extreme than the slavery that we're seeing now. So I could definitely see it as a focal point for a time where those specific people were the ones that escaped and created clans or colonies or people or groups of people that fought back against oppression and slavery at the time. So I could see it.
As they say, they're the enemies against gods, and the people at that time that owned had power over the slaves were probably considering themselves gods. So the D's being the enemies of God could be the first rebels.
I like that a
ultimately
lot.
ended probably was like Joy Boy. What Joy Boy was a part of was he was the head rebel that initiated the revolution to a degree, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, it would be a little reminiscent of, oh man, I was about to say a Fisher Tiger a bit. If Joy Boy was this person and freeing people and freeing oppressed people and slaves, like if he was originally a slave and broke out, you know, or more specifically Nika, I guess, than Joy Boy.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Because you could also even add that maybe the Davy clan was also part of that escape, and that's where they were initially together, but then split up over ideals.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a random thought I had. I was I feel like probably go into something with that.
A good one. My opinion. Thank you, Twilight. Tobi?
I don't got a theory. I just, I've told y'all before, but y'all definitely keep me going. Y'all the reason I finished the anime. Y'all the reason I started the manga. Y'all the reason I'm still keeping up with One Piece. I love One Piece, but you know what I'm saying? I would definitely not be keeping up like that at all if it wasn't for y'all. So
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Well, we're glad to have you, Tobi, man. I hope you don't ever lose that fire, that drive. And
with y'all around, nah, never.
Yeah, man.
Listen, bro, I just want you to wear like more than just boxers when you talking to us, bro. Like,
yo, chill out, yo. I'm laying down.
That's it, man.
You laying on your stomach again, feet up, bro. Why are you doing that?
Yo, y'all know too much, bro. Y'all know too much.
That's all I want, man.
But
we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate all you guys. Seriously.
Yeah, man.
You guys are our guys. For real. And
we
got guys, but you're our guys. You know what I'm saying?
You're an idiot, bro.
Right.
You're an idiot, bro. All right. That's it. Guys, like the stream if you haven't already. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Larry, are we live again tomorrow? I don't know if you're busy or not tomorrow night.
No, we can do it tomorrow night. We'll do the worst Discord takes. Yeah, I'll put it up.
We'll do part 3 for our Discord's worst takes from 2025. Sorry we couldn't do it last week. We're a little preoccupied. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. As always, everybody, like the stream if you haven't already. And if you want to join in on these types of activities and calls, become a server tiered member on our Discord of Warlord or higher, and you'll have a guaranteed slot. So have a nice night, everyone.